Imagine a trail 15,000 kilometers long, a Trans-Canada Trail. Right now, from coast to coast to coast, Canadians are turning the dream into reality. And when it's completed, the Trans-Canada Trail will connect us all in a new way for a new millennium. With every donation of $40, a meter of trail gets built, and your name is inscribed in a trail pavilion. Call now and put your name on the Trans-Canada Trail.
Drums keep pounding a rhythm to the brain. La-da-da-da-dee, la-da-da-da-da.
If guys had their way,
Mini skirts, the current thing.
advertising really would be subliminal.
It goes on.
For a beer that's brewed the way beer should be, X says it all.
What do you get when you put a Wendy's quarter-pound single served hot off the grill so it's hot and juicy with Biggie fries and a 20-ounce drink, all for just $3.99?
You get one great lunch.
Wendy's $3.99 classic single combo. Come and get it.
We don't all run half marathons. We don't all drink distilled water. But we all love bread. Dempster's Hearty Grain 100% whole wheat bread. Low in fat, no preservatives, and high in fiber, with 8 essential nutrients. And now, try Dempster's Premium Bagels in 7 delicious low-fat varieties. They're at your grocery store, just a short jog away. Dempster's, deliciously sensible.
Welcome back to the Molson Export Lacrosse Game of the Week. The Adnex and the Burrards are getting ready to get it on. So let's join Dave and Terry now for their call of the first period.
Thank you very much, Kevin. There you see the Maple Ridge Burrards in their home white uniforms with that blue and red trim, while the Coquitlam Adnex in their road blue uniforms with that white and gold trim get all set. And David, we'll have a look at our goaltenders.
Yeah, our starting goaltenders tonight, both veterans. On your left, Dallas Elliott, probably the best goaltender in the game today. I'm sure those that will say Matt Disher of New Westminster is, but in my opinion, until somebody proves otherwise, Dallas Elliott's the best in the game. He's coming off a bit of a weak effort in their last outing against North Shore. He's going to want to atone for that. Expect a great game for Elliott. Darren Goundry, perhaps one of the most consistent goaltenders in the league, the outstanding goaltender in the league 2 seasons ago, and we look for a big game from him. And as I mentioned earlier, probably the best passing goaltender in the league. He really kind of detonates that Maple Ridge fast break.
Dallas Elliott, a 78.87% shot average. His save average is 9.43. While Darren Goundry at 77.59% at 9.0 goals against. Here you look at Chris Gill, a member of the Toronto Rock, the NL champions, as he gets set for this face-off between Ken Thomas and I believe that's Shaden Santos of the Coquitlam Adnex. Santos had it for a moment, but it's the Maple Ridge Burrards in control. Here's Maple Ridge looking for a loose ball. Coquitlam goes after it. And our first period today is brought to you by VTV. And Vancouver Television is the heart of the city. Play inside Coquitlam territory. They look for a loose ball. And the goaltender, Dallas Elliott, who's an 8-time All-Star recipient in the lineups tonight.
We've already seen the Burrards, Ken Thomas, uncharacteristically throw 2 very low percentage passes, and something the Burrards have got to do. Once they get possession, they've got to maintain it. They're working very hard. They worked hard in the opening faceoff. They've worked hard to get loose balls. They've got to keep possession once they get it.
Long ball attempted for Kyle Goundry. Couldn't pick it up. Dallas Elliott grabs it. And Coquitlam again will get the offense in possession. And now Kyle Goundry the steal. Here he's got an opportunity. Right in! Great save there by Dallas Elliott on the giveaway by, I think it's Pat Coyle down at the other end. Quickly, here's Dan Stroop. In front for Sanderson. And an opportunity for Sanderson is taken away from him.
And a couple of great plays at both ends of the floor. A super job by Stroop to find Santos open in front. Goundry made the big save at the other end. Kyle Goundry forced to go to his right hand to get that shot away from Elliott after doing a nice job to strip the ball from Pat Coyle.
Now Rob Williams for Maple Ridge. Going one-on-one on Coyle. You're going to confuse the announcers again tonight. There's a Coyle on the floor and a Doyle. Both play for Coquitlam. Colin Doyle wears number 77, and Pat Coyle wears number 2. Both members of the Toronto Rock.
One thing you won't mistake about the two is their offensive and defensive capabilities. Coyle, a 3-time top defensive player in the league, and Colin Doyle, one of the outstanding offensive rookies in the league this year.
One of many outstanding rookies. This guy's not a rookie, that's Russ Hurd. Probably the tallest player in the game. And Hurd leading with 62 points on top of the WLA scoring race.
Yeah, things are back to normal. Russ Hurd's up on top of the scoring race, so all things seem to be in place in the Western Lacrosse Association this year.
Last year, just 42 games and 42 points in 14 games. There's his shot right on. And Dallas Elliott pulls the ball down, quickly moves it up the floor. Here's number 7. That's Chris Bride, former South Fraser stickman. John Wilson's a member of the Adanacs now, a former Laker. A delayed penalty coming up against the Burrards. Here's Bride, takes a shot just off the target, and we'll have our first penalty of the game. Russ Onger makes his way over to the penalty box. 2 minutes and 30 seconds in. Our first power play for Coquitlam in our Molson Export Lacrosse Game of the Week here at the Cam Neely Planet Ice.
Yeah, and the last thing the Burrards need, especially early in the game when they really want to try and get some kind of control on this game, the last thing they need is to take penalties, because the Adanacs, that tremendous offensive depth they've got, there's probably about 8 or 9 guys they could very easily throw on the floor in these power play positions. There's a good look at Dallas Elliott wearing that now familiar Philadelphia Wings mask of his, along with his Adanac regalia. Only the 3rd game this year for Elliott. He had shoulder surgery in the offseason after the National Lacrosse League season. He's had a bit of the flu, and the Adanacs, once they get him back in the flow of things, you're going to see him playing virtually all the time up in the playoffs.
So the power play to the floor. Dan Stroop will play the left crease. The right crease is occupied by Doyle. Kevin Brunch up top, just passes it over. Doyle off to the right, takes a shot, just missed the target. Brunch says the goalie got a piece of it. Now Doyle again tries to work his way up front, up for Hurd. Hurd finds himself open, over top of the net, comes up the board, hits the referee Todd LeBranche. And Al Sanderson over for Brunch, over to Hurd now, takes a shot off the target. And the goaltender must have got a piece of it because the new 30-second clock has been given to Coquitlam. 1 minute and 5 seconds remains in the penalty. We've played 3 minutes and 24 seconds of this opening period. No score. In front, Stroop shot just off the target again. The goalie gets a piece of it. Sanderson with the new 30. 50 seconds left in the penalty. Brunch to Sanderson. He's got Hurd breaking. Can't pick up the pass. Goes off his stick, out of play.
And a bit of a new look to the Coquitlam power play with Rusty Kruger out with a minor knee injury. Doyle takes his spot down on the crease, and Josh Sanderson steps into Doyle's normal position on the shooter spot.
Here's Williams right in. Good save there by Sanderson. Number 19, Josh Sanderson. Kyle Gowndry. He's a rookie in the WLA. Gowndry holding onto the ball. Loses control of it, killing some time. 23 seconds remains in the penalty. No score at the Planet Ice here in Maple Ridge. Good sized crowd on hand at that. Penalty now ending as here comes another penalty, this one against Coquitlam. As the Burrards wanted that extra attacker on the floor for the goaltender. Now, with 4 seconds remaining in the penalty, and the extra attacker, it'll be Maple Ridge with the extra man.
And the Adanacs, caught with 6 men on the floor, just decided to leave him out there. So right now it's 4 against 7, counting goaltender Dallas Elliott. Onger now into the penalty box. But of course, with that extra man out there, they won't be able to really set up a power play.
And a Maple Ridge Burrard down on the floor, hurt on the play. I'm unsure who it is. There it is, number 88, Fayez Bardai. Bardai gets up and he'll work his way over to the bench.
Yeah, Bardai was slashed. It certainly wasn't a vicious slash. No call on it, and a good non-call by referee Mike Everett. I think it just caught Bardai. We're going to look at it there. There it is there. And it just glances off his glove. Looks like it caught him down on the right knee, and he'll recover from that in a hurry. That's one of those things that stings for a minute, but no penalty called and no penalty deserved there. But Linton's going to go off and serve that too many men on the floor for the Adanacs. And a smart move, actually, by the Adanacs. Once they got caught with too many men on the floor, one of the guys started to come off, and assistant coach Dennis Quiggy just said, hey, stay out there. We're not going to get any more penalties for it.
Looks like Trevor Duke's going to nullify the power play. Oh, no, he just picks up a 10-minute misconduct. The power play will still be in effect. And Trevor Duke from the Burrards will go to the penalty box. There he is. Nonchalantly working his way over. He'll cool down. He'll spend 10 minutes in the sin bin. And he's replaced by Burrard, and they'll go for the face-off and try to get that power play out there.
You know, and that's a big loss for the Burrards. I mean, you wouldn't think of Trevor Duke, not a big offensive player, but we talk about them playing with passion, playing with aggression and so forth. And it's guys like Trevor Duke that have got to lead that. And he certainly isn't going to do that by spending 10 minutes in the penalty box. And it's not a smart penalty at all.
Goaltender Goundry does a good job and headmans the ball. Now the power play to the floor. Power play led by Kyle Goundry with Chris Gill up at the right crease position. Number 11 is Keith Cowison, the veteran. He's at the left crease. Thomas as well as Jake Lawson for this power play. Thomas goes after a loose ball and a minor interference call against the Burrards.
And of course, with veteran Darren Fridge, an assistant coach with the Canadian National Junior Field Lacrosse team down in Australia, Jake Lawson taking the point position on the power play. That's a great move by Al Lucan, I think.
There's a great play there as Stroop got himself in the open, taking the nice pass there by Johnny Wilson. And getting a shot shorthanded. 1 minute and 5 seconds remains in the penalty. The power play unit out there again for the Burrards. No score in this game. We've played 5 minutes and 45 seconds. At Maple Ridge's Planet Ice, here's Lawson to the right for Gill, quickly to Goundry, out in front. And that's intercepted. And the Adanacs will kill some penalty time, bringing it up the floor is Coyle. Coyle's pass is intercepted by Thomas. With 40 seconds left in the power play, Maple Ridge will bring the ball.
Great play by Ken Thomas. Just kind of going off the floor for the line change, the defensive line change. Just saw that pass go up, stuck his stick up, knocked down. Once again, Jake Lawson, a great junior player in Port Coquitlam, played the point on their power play, had a 4-goal game last week, and a good selection, I think, by Coach Al Luthwaite to play that top position.
Lawson took the shot. The rebound was handled by Coyle, tried to hit Klein. Bob Klein in there, trying to go for a loose ball. Now Santos, he's got some room if he can get in front, and he can't turn the corner. Kyle Goundry throws a check in the corner, and out comes Rod McLeod with the ball. 4 seconds only left in the penalty. So Kevin Linton set to return to the floor. He was serving the minor penalty for too many men on the floor, so both teams 0 for 1 on the power play. 6 minutes, 10 seconds gone in this opening period, no score. Bardai looks for Onger in front. And here comes Coquitlam. This is number 27, Casey Zaff. Zaff stops and holds on to it. He'll go for a change. The offense to the floor, led by Josh Sanderson. Sanderson, former Orangeville junior. Over for Doyle. Doyle, another rookie in the lineup. Sanderson goes to shoot, finds himself an opening. Hurd, Sanderson chopped to the ground. Here's Russ Hurd, takes his shot. Good save by Goundry. And Hurd goes after a loose ball in the near boards, hammered into the boards. Ball goes off the glass to Sanderson's got Doyle in front. Goes to Doyle and he can't control the pass. The goaltender comes out, and Doyle, just as he was last game, as we talked about earlier, was involved with the goaltender, and it led to a brawl. I've seen a 6-on-6, and most of the star players exited from the game.
Yeah, the last game we saw it here was like a salad, Terry. All the main ingredients were tossed very, very early. And we talk about Josh Sanderson and about the great number of rookies in the league this year. And all the attention has perhaps been paid to Caleb Toth in Victoria, the great year he's had, Peter Morgan in New Westminster. But let's not forget Josh Sanderson, 21 goals in his rookie year. It's going to be a heck of a brace for that Ed Bailey Trophy for the Rookie of the Year this year.
Colin Doyle to the penalty box for Coquitlam, as well as Mark Girardo. Both those players have served minors, so a 5-on-5 situation counting goaltender. Chance in front, Goundry takes a shot. Good save by Elliott. And here's a minor interference call against Coquitlam. That'll go against Pat Coyle, and it'll be Maple Ridge in control with 12 minutes and 6 seconds to go in this opening period. No score. Rob Williams, a weak shot, goes off the inboards all the way down to Darren Goundry.
It's something the Burrards have to do, Terry, 5-on-5. They've got to start working both sides of the floor. It seems that the ball gets to one side of the floor, either the left-handers or the right-handers. In that last case, it was Rob Williams on the left side, and it never sees the other side of the floor. And it's so easy for Elliott to line up and get himself set against that.
Daryl Singbill just out for a brief shift. Pass the ball off. Here's Bride. Downey now with the ball. Brad Downey works his way for the front. Loose ball for Wilson, and he scores! Johnny Wilson makes it 1-0 as he took that path from Brad Downey, and Coquitlam's on the scoreboard.
Let's call him Johnny on the spot, Wilson, on that one. Just kind of hovering out top. Actually, probably more thinking to be an outlet man as Downey was trying to cut through the middle. There's Downey going for goal. The ball kind of pops loose. There's John Wilson. Hey, thank you very much. I'll take that. But what a great shot. Bangs the top corner on Darren Goundry. Nice quick release by Wilson. And as I say, really all he was there for was to be an outlet man in case Downey needed some help. And hey, in the right place at the right time, and a great finish by Wilson.
John Wilson. The assist to number 12, Brad Downey, and number 7, Chris Bride.
Here comes Coquitlam with their 1-0 lead, led by Casey Zaff. Zaff's got some speed, goes one-on-one on Thomas. That's a shot goal, and Gallner makes his save. The announcement on the goal was Wilson's 3rd of the season. Yes, just his 3rd. He's been hampered by some injuries. Downey and Bride, the assist at 8 minutes and 37 seconds, as both teams were 5-on-5. Here's Kevin Brunt. The veteran works his way to the slot, takes a low shot, hits a leg, goes in behind the net, and picked off the end boards there by the Burrards. They'll move it up the floor quickly for Bardai. Bardai joined, takes his shot right on. Elliott's got to be alert on that one, taking a hard shot from Bardai.
And Bardai's got to get a lot better shot away than that. 24 seconds left on the shot clock, and he let that go from way outside. You've got to get better shots against Dallas Elliott. You know, he had a bit of an off night the other night, down with a touch of the flu. You aren't going to catch him like that too many nights, and they've got to shoot better than that. And really all it does is turn the ball right over.
There's a great opportunity for Dan Stroop, picking himself open. Russ Hurd, the key man there, with Bardai and Blatherwick checking Hurd. All of a sudden, Stroop was able to get in the open. Here on the left side, Jake Lawson. Lawson looks in the front of the net. He looked for number 24. That was Darryl Phipps. Phipps couldn't control the pass. Quickly up the floor the other way. Here comes Trevor Leland. Leland gets bumped. Has a quick look at what number that was. I'm sure he'll put that in the memory bank if he gets back on the floor. Here's Coyle. Now Sanderson. Over for Coyle. In behind the net. Opportunity there for Mitchell. Shot right on. Goundry the save. Turns it aside. Blair Mitchell over for Coyle. Sanderson on the near boards. In front for Mitchell. Takes a shot, and Goundry standing up. Makes his save. And again, Doyle and Goundry mix it up in front of the net.
And there we saw the difference between the Adanac 5-on-5 offense and the Burrard 5-on-5 offense. So much more ball movement and so much more ball movement across the floor. That ball hit pretty much every position on the floor, and they got 2 very good scoring opportunities out of it. That last one by Blair Mitchell.
Maple Ridge in control with 8 on the shot clock. McLeod goes after a loose ball in front. There's a penalty. Todd LeBranches his arm up, and it looks like it's going to be a Maple Ridge, or actually Coquitlam penalty. And we'll take a break, and when we come back, it'll be a Maple Ridge power play with the Adanacs out in front, 1-0.
Cool from ST. Cools you to the core.
Dave, so nice to have you here.
Nice being here.
Appetizer, sir?
They brought them in from Madagascar.
Did they bring any more?
Look, tête de veau.
Oh, boy. I think I'm going to Wendy's.
When you're really hungry, try Wendy's $3.99 classic single combo. A hot and juicy quarter-pound hamburger, biggie fries, and medium drink.
Now, that's a delicious meal.
Just in time for dessert.
After tête de veau, who's got room for dessert?
Quite right, old bee.
Wendy's $3.99 classic single combo, one of today's great values.
So I've been seeing these ads. Satellite TV, a gazillion channels for one amazing low price. Well, guess what? There is no amazing low price. I checked it out. First, they tell me I gotta get all this stuff. Then I gotta pay for installation. Not cheap. And on top of all that, I still have to pay for programming. And if I want separate equipment for each TV, that could cost several $100s more. Satellite TV? No thanks. I'll keep my cable.
Cable TV, the best value in home entertainment.
So with Casey Zaff in the penalty box for Coquitlam, Maple Ridge gets their second power play of the night and trailing 1-0. Here's Mitchell. Goes into the slot, goes around McLeod and turns the other direction, wastes some time. Nice pass for Coyle. For the goal scorer, John Wilson. I mentioned Wilson hasn't played a whole lot this year. Scoring his third goal of the season, gives the Adnex a lead. Here's an opportunity in front. And Bride goes into the crease area, and he's called for crease violation.
And you mentioned the fact that Wilson hasn't played that much here. Really gives you an indication of the depth of this Adnac team. Wilson's only played a bit. Jason Walder, fresh back in the lineup. Their top scorer of a couple of years ago. Just a tremendous offensive depth on this Adnac team.
Wilson just his 7th game of the season. Walder his 4th. Here's Lawson. Thomas takes his shot, a bounce shot, and Elliott able to get the body over, and the legs closed just in time. Now Pat Coyle, short-handed, with 1 minute left in the penalty, will bring it down. Run. Going to kill some time, taking some stick work there from DJ Sir and Ken Thomas, and Thomas having his front from behind, and that'll be minor interference. And it'll be Coquitlam ball with 47 seconds to go into penalty.
I'll tell you, the Burrards are making it very easy for Coquitlam to kill this penalty because they're not tight off the ball. They've got to get tight off the ball before they even have any chance of double team. Now they got it set up much, much better.
Rod McLeod defensively comes up with the ball, and the offense and the power play gets to the floor with 30 seconds to work. And just 20 on the shot clock. Here's Thomas. Thomas gets the ball back. Up for Lawson to Gill. Gill quickly takes a shot well wide of the target. 8 on the shot clock. Thomas struggles with the ball. Up top for Lawson. Quickly over for Goundry, looking for the side of the net there. And that was for Keith Cowison, a veteran of 14 years, 9 with the Burnaby Lakers. Looking to add to his career points, which started at 601 points to start the season.
You know, Kyle Goundry, that's a couple of times he's thrown those passes, one across crease to Callison, one from the shooter spot down to the crease. He's got to take some pace off that. I mean, those passes look really good. They look very impressive. There's a lot of pace on them and so forth. But there's an old adage that says the only pass that's a good pass is the one that's caught. And those type of passes just aren't going to be caught consistently.
Penalty now over with, so Maple Ridge goes 0 for 2 on the power play. They trail 1-0. Their Coquitlam Adnex lead it in our Molson Export Lacrosse game of the week. And here comes a penalty, I believe, against Daryl Singbill. Far side, shot by Blatherwick, missed the target. And Daryl Singbill, who had a scrap of the century the other night against the North Shore Indians, against O'Neill. And to what I have been told, O'Neill, one of the toughest customers in the WLA. Singbill held his own and came out with a draw on that fight, but he's the loser right now, going to the penalty box.
Well, we talk about the Adnac's offensive depth. They got some toughness in the lineup too. Of course, Singbill, Trevor Leland, they've got a lot of tough guys in that lineup. They've really got a little bit of everything, and they're going to be tough. They're leading the league, of course, now 13-3. They had a little bit of a slump, lost 2 of their last 3 games, but it wouldn't surprise me an awful lot that subconsciously a lot of their focus is on that July 10th game against Victoria here, because that really is going to be the showdown, and that's going to be our next game of the week.
Rod McLeod moves it off for Goundry. Kyle Goundry, the brother of goaltender Darren Goundry. Out on the power play, plays the right shooter. There he is, in for Chris Gill. They swap positions. Here's Gill up top now. In for Goundry. He's got a man open on the left crease. Can't find him. That was Callison. And Coquitlam comes up with a loose ball with 1:25 left in the penalty. 5 minutes, 45 seconds to go in this quick opening period. And Coquitlam with the 1-0 lead on the goal by John Wilson. Colin Doyle out there with Russ Hurd, Stroop, and Sanderson. Josh Sanderson, who played for Rochester, I believe, in the NLL. And I'll have to double check my stats later, but he's out there with 3 Toronto Rock players. Stroop, Doyle. Stroop gets the ball right in front of the net, takes a shot just off the target. Loose ball for Sanderson. He's got room. Shoots. Good save there by Goundry. And here comes a penalty. No, it's just a minor interference call against Gerardo.
That's a great move by Sanderson, faking Goundry across, bringing it back short side. But that time Goundry got that glove hand back and made a big save.
In front, here's Sanderson. Can't control the pass. Coming in was Gulliford. Curtis Gulliford, a former junior Adanac. Loses it to the senior Adanac member, Colin Doyle. 28 seconds left in the penalty. Left side for Stroop. Stroop killing some time, looking to kill the final 20. As we have 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this opening period. 1-0 Coquitlam. Coming up to a third successful shorthanded killing opportunity for Coquitlam.
We had to check for a minute up on the scoreboard to see exactly who had the power play, because the Adanacs have got the better scoring opportunities by far on this power play.
Power play will end now as Singbill is to the floor. Earl Singbill joins the play, and here's Fayaz Bardai. Slips again. It makes me wonder if some of the players don't have the proper footwear, or that floor is just too slippery. I remember we used to, for ball hockey in the rinks, we used to use a bleach or a rosin bag as the 30-second clock runs down.
Yeah, most places won't. We used to use rosin back in the dark ages when I played, but most places won't let you use rosin anymore because a lot of the arenas, of course, now used for rollerblading, roller skating, and it apparently messes up the wheels. But yeah, bleach is good. You know what else is good is Coke or Pepsi, which kind of makes you wonder what it does to your innards when you're drinking it. But Coke or Pepsi is really good on the bottom of your shoes for traction. So there's a household tip here.
Jake Lawson now in control of them all. As I have a sip of my Diet Pepsi.
Well, Diet Pepsi doesn't work. Only high test.
Curtis Gulliford, opportunity. Elliott stands tall, makes the save off his chest. Right in the stick of Lawson. Lawson works his way outside with 25 on the shot clock. Shot right on. Good save there by Elliott off the shot there by Gulliford. Gulliford doing a good job, trying to work his way out in front. Passes it in front. And it goes into the stick of Goundry. 23 seconds of the shot clock. Goundry the shot just off the target. He gets hammered to the floor after taking that shot. Now Lawson, far side, shot taken by Gulliford, and Elliott again, strong, holding the ball out. Here's Casey Zapp taking the pass from Elliott, joined over the side. Zapp gets the back and takes a shot and scores. Casey Zapp, as he took the pass from Brad Downey, looked for Downey, went to him, and Downey fed him back.
Yeah, what a great job by, first of all, Dallas Elliott to control the rebound. Probably not the strongest part of his game by a long stretch is his controlling rebounds, getting the ball up to Zaff, but what a great play by Downey. Here's the pass to Downey, and watch how Gerardo goes right to him. Great job by Downey to get it back to Zaff. Zaff has no trouble putting it in the net behind Darren Goundry. But the key thing there was Downey drawing Mark Gerardo and leaving Zaff all open.
Casey Zaff's 8th goal of the year has Coquitlam out in front by 2 goals now at 2-0. Here's Downey, tries a pass in front, goes in behind, Klein is there, and Darren Goundry holds up the loose ball with 2:25 to go in this opening period. The goal, Zaff is 8th from Elliott, and Downey at 17-15. With the ball, here's a breakaway opportunity. This is Walder. Walder all by himself takes a shot, scores! No goal, it's not going to count. This is one we can look at the replay, but I think it's a good call. But a great move by Walder to go to the backhand there, if you can call that a backhander. He kind of scooped it to the top corner as he faked on his right side and went to the left.
Yeah, for lack of a better term, a shovel shot by Jason Walters. He flipped it back, as you say, but I think a good call by Mike Everett. A very decisive call by referee Mike Everett, and certainly no argument by Walder, but what a pretty shot by Walder. Those are one of those ones that you think, God, I wish that wasn't in the crease, unless, of course, you're Darren Goundry.
Sanderson hammers his way to the front of the crease. Loose ball is there. The Maple Ridge Burrards David Blatherwick, who sung the national anthem before tonight's game, grabbed the loose ball. Now Goundry off the boards. Russ Hurd now. Coyle, nice pass for Sanderson, who's hammered into the boards by DJ Sir. And Sir will be called on minor interference. And it'll be Coquitlam's ball with 1:16 to go in this opening period. 2-0 Coquitlam. Here's Doyle. Doyle holds on to it. I don't know how he found Stroop, but he does in that big crowd there. Danny Stroop able to pick that ball up. He's got great eyesight, always seems to go into the opening area when tight situations occur, and able to pick up a loose ball.
I think the key to the guys on that line, Doyle, Coyle, Stroop, Hurd, and tonight Josh Sanderson filling in for Rusty Kruger, is that they have such confidence in each other. If there's the head of a stick open, any one of those guys is going to hit any one of the other guys. They played together in Toronto, as you've mentioned, and they're playing as a unit here with the Adanacs, and that confidence is so important.
Mitchell run into the boards, and with 30 seconds left, it'll be the last offensive opportunity for Maple Ridge as they bring the ball up the floor, trailing 2-0. 20 seconds left in the period now. The same on the shot clock. Thomas, number 40 on the left of your screen, goes for the front of the net, barges his way in front. Elliott was able to get a piece of it. Thomas the rebound, tried to force it in front of the net. Now they'll battle with just 6 seconds left in the period. Coquitlam will maybe get one quick shot. And no, they'll hold on to it, and that'll be it. And a couple of players off your screen jostles, Brad Downey and Kyle Goundry. There you look at them on your screen. The referee, Mike Everett, is in there to break things up. Players come together, but nothing will come of that. But a good period all around. Coquitlam with the 2-0 lead.
Yeah, I think the big difference between the two teams in that period, two things. Coquitlam 5-on-5, much more ball movement, and Coquitlam's defense really didn't allow the Burrards more than one or two real decent shots in that period.
Coquitlam goal scorers Johnny Wilson is 3rd of the year, and Casey Zaff picking up his 8th on the year. I mentioned Wilson in just his 7th game of the season. In this 2-0 Coquitlam Adanac lead, Coquitlam and Maple Ridge both losing their last outing, while Coquitlam has lost 2-3, and we'll go down to Kevin Cady.
Well, thanks a lot. I'm joined by head coach Al Luthwaite. Coach, first of all, you got to be happy you still have all your players after the first period.
Yeah, it's a change when we're playing these guys, but yeah, we got a few injuries tonight though, and we're a little short-handed, but the guys are playing well and they're working hard. We just have to start getting a few goals.
It seems like you're playing a tough physical game out there, clean checking but hard checking. Is that one of the keys to beating the Adanacs in your view?
Well, I think so. They've got so many offensive threats out there that you just can't let them wind up and shoot and do whatever they want to do. You have to be aggressive on them, but again, you can't take penalties either because the power play will kill you. So the key is to be aggressive, but stay on the floor.
Okay, good luck the rest of the way, Coach.
Thank you.
Okay, don't go away. It's 2-0 after one, and we got lots more. And welcome back to the Molson Export Lacrosse Game of the Week. There's the score, the Adanacs 2, the Burrards 0 after one period of play. Now, we've already talked a lot about Russ Hurd. He looms large on the floor every time he takes to it. He also looms very large in the history of the Western Lacrosse Association. Two-time league MVP, two-time scoring champ, and over 1,000 points in his career definitely qualify him as one of BC's best.
It's changed a lot, I guess, with being with a new team. We've got so much talent on our team. It's a nice change to play with a team that we have a good chance to win the Mann Cup this year against Victoria. So, you know, it's just nice to have so many explosive weapons on this team and good defense, good goaltending. You know, we can't ask for much more.
Gill takes a shot.
That was great. I mean, it was for a few of us, it was our second year going back and forth back to Toronto this year, and just to win it all was a great experience. You know, to play lacrosse a lot of years, to finally, you know, win not the Mann Cup but the championship back there was still pretty good. Everyone can run, catch, throw back there. It's you know, a little bit better overall depth, I think, because you have guys from all the different leagues back there that are playing together. So it's good.
Looks for Hurd across, great save there, back out, into the empty net.
You just close your eyes and you shoot, but no, you just have to use whatever you can, your size or whatever the case. Some guys have speed, and you just try and do what you can do, and whatever works. I think everyone's motivation is to, it's the same as if you're playing hockey. You want to win the Stanley Cup, and everyone wants to improve, to play the best they can, and to have their team play the best they can. You want to keep on shooting for that Mann Cup, and that's why, I've been playing quite a few years, but, I'm finally on a team, I think, where we've got a strong chance at getting to that achievement, so that's the motivation right there.
Russ Hurd has 62 points so far in 16 games this season. That's just under 4 points a game, if you can believe that, and he's on pace. Maybe we'll see somebody break 100 points for the first time in a long time. We got lots more world-class lacrosse for you. Don't go away. We'll be back right after this.
Pump up your game with Pocket Pump. The patented air release valve makes it perfect for football, basketball, soccer, volleyball, even at the gym or pool. No more broken needles. It goes anywhere, and you can get it personalized. Pocket Pump, just $14.95. Ask about new Pocket Gauge. Call 1-877-280-PUMP. Not available in stores. Order 3 and pay shipping for 1. Ask about special team orders. Call 1-877-280-PUMP. Get your hands on a Pocket Pump.
We love to watch TV. So when I heard all this stuff about how satellite TV is better than cable, I thought, great. Not so great. For instance, additional outlets. With cable TV, they don't cost much at all. With satellite TV and a separate receiver for each set, that could cost a bundle. And get this, we're responsible for service and installation. Our cable company has been providing guaranteed service for years. Satellite TV, no thanks. We'll keep our cable.
Cable TV, the best value in home entertainment.
Imagine a trail 15,000 kilometers long, a Trans-Canada Trail. Right now, from coast to coast to coast, Canadians are turning the dream into reality. And when it's completed, the Trans-Canada Trail will connect us all in a new way for a new millennium. With every donation of $40, a meter of trail gets built, and your name is inscribed in a trail pavilion. Call now and put your name on the Trans-Canada Trail.
It's a whole new game.
Welcome back to the Molson Export Lacrosse Game of the Week. 2-0 after 1. The Adenauks on top of the Burrards. Let's join Dave and Terry now for their summary of the first period.
And right you are, Kevin. 2 goals, both by the Adenauks. Johnny Wilson and Casey Zapp will look at our Vancouver television. First period scoring summary, Dave.
Yeah, and the Adenauks going to be happy when guys with 3 goals and 8 goals are scoring the goals. Those 20 and 21 goal scorers haven't gotten the mark yet. But for the Adenauks, 18-11 out shooting. Face-offs pretty close. The penalty minutes a little bit out of whack because of that misconduct that Trevor Duke took. The big thing there, 18-11, the shots on goal. And of those 11 shots the Burrards had, I would venture to say only 2 or 3 of them are what you'd call even decent shots. I mean, Elliott's going to, he's going to barely break a sweat if they keep shooting like that.
We're going to look at the goal that was a non-goal, the one by Walter. This was not a no goal. Now, does his foot step on the line? It looks like a good call, actually. I don't know.
Boy, I don't know, because it looked like the one foot was in the air over the crease, and the other foot was definitely outside the crease. So, boy, I don't know about that. It was a little tough to see if that, I guess his right foot was down or not, but boy, I don't know. I thought that was a good call at first, but I would question that. I think Walter got robbed.
Walter did argue a little bit at the time, and that goal waved off by the official Mike Everett. And Mike has the big say over that one because he's the man with the whistle. So still it's a 2-0 lead for Coquitlam.
Yeah, and realistically, it was so close, even from our vantage point there and from the replay. You couldn't get a real good look. There's a good look at Darren Goundry stretching out. He had a good first period. Bombarded 18 shots, only gave up 2 goals, and certainly the goals they gave up had absolutely no opportunity whatsoever to make those saves. A great play by Downey on Zaff's goal, and a little bit of good fortune on the part of John Wilson being in the right place at the right time, but a great shot to finish off the first Adirondack goal.
And how many of those 18 shots were shorthanded too, with the 3 power play opportunities for Maple Ridge? It seemed that on the second one for sure that Coquitlam had the main opportunities to score.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And of course, we saw something in our graphic about the game the other night between the Burrards and the Salmon Bellies, that the Salmon Bellies won so handily. The Burrards scored 3 power play goals, but they also gave up 3 shorthanded goals. And they're not going to be, so far they're on track to do something similar tonight, at least giving up the 3 shorthanded goals. There you get a look at that there.
Off the face-off, it's Maple Ridge in control. This is number 23 for Maple Ridge is Craig Jelsvik. A reminder, our second period is brought to you by CKNW 98, CKNW BC Sports Leader. Both teams at full strength as we start this second period, and Coquitlam has mentioned that 2-0 lead. Our Molson Export Lacrosse Game of the Week is coming to you from Cam Neely's Planet Ice in Maple Ridge on Terry Murray with Dave Evans. And Kevin Cady and John Strassel and the rest of our Rogers Community Television sports crew bringing you this game on Rogers as well as CTV Sportsnet. Keith Cowison over for Thomas, takes a shot up the bar, goes off the top of the rafters and comes down with a vengeance, and it'll be Maple Ridge giving up possession.
Yeah, great shot by Ken Thomas. We get a good look at Dallas Elliott there. A little help from his friends there, his friendly goalpost, but a nice shot by Thomas. And the key there is the ball deep to Keith Cowison, and then Thomas was allowed to kind of creep in and get into good scoring range.
Onto the floor, Coyle, the captain, takes the ball, gives it off to the right. For Sanderson in front for Doyle, takes a shot. The arm saved there by Darren Gowndry. I didn't say blocker either.
So far, so good. And we've yet to mention ice except when we've said Planet Ice, so we won't count that.
Beautiful new facility here in Maple Ridge, a twin rink complex. Here's Gowndry. Gowndry trying to work his way around. Singbill steps in the crease, doesn't get called for it. Gets that shot away.
Singbill very fortunate, speaking of not getting called, very fortunate not to get called for holding, because he got that big right mid of his up in the throat area of Gowndry and kind of threw him into the crease. So I guess the crease call and the holding call kind of balanced out there.
Coquitlam. Here's number 7, that's Chris Bride. Over for Wilson. Veteran John Wilson with a goal tonight, takes a shot. Turn to the far corner. Now Rob Williams. Goaltender tandems for the Maple Ridge Burrards. Darren Gowndry and brother Kyle Gowndry. Kyle plays forward. Ryan Williams is the backup to Gowndry, and his brother Rob on the floor now. Here's Russ Andre. That loose ball goes off the boards right in the stick of Blair Mitchell. Mitchell is going to go to Bob Klein if he can get it to him. Goes to Klein right in front of the net. Good save there by Gowndry. There was room between his legs, and that's where Klein was going. Quickly the other way, here comes Trevor Duke out of the penalty box. He served his 10-minute misconduct penalty from that first period. He's on the floor right now in possession.
Yeah, that's a bad break for Trevor Duke, really. You'd look at that and say, hey, a guy's got to catch that pass, but realize he's been sitting on the bench for about 8 minutes of the first period, then in between periods, and then after that.
Here's a chance for Walder to make it up. Walder all alone scores, and he does score a real goal this time, not getting caught for the crease violation. Jason Walder makes it 3-0.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. Walder made no mistake on that one. And I think as we look at Walder approach the goal on this, I'm sure that Darren Gowndry is thinking, hey, he's going to fake it. He looks like he's going to fake, bang, lets it go. Great shot, and you can see the bit of a delay on Darren Gowndry's part there. He was thinking fake all the way there, and a great job by Jason Walder to mix his shots up. Because Walder, known as a bit of a fancy Dan stick handler, we saw that on the goal that was called back, that great fake and then shovel shot of his. But that time he just released it quickly. Great shot by Walder.
Walder just his 6th goal, but only his 4th game.
Walder. Goal is unassisted.
Calling it an unassisted goal, I don't know why, because he was given the pass. But here's Santos. Santos right in, takes a shot right on Gowndry, the save. Turns it aside, battle for the loose ball on the far board. Sanderson gets the ball. Josh Sanderson Waits for his offensive mates to come on, then he'll dish it off and stay out there. Doyle, far side for Stroop, takes his shot right on. You're actually missed as Goundry looked like he got a piece of it. And Gill to Thomas. Here comes Maple Ridge, down 3-0 now. They trail 2-0 after one. And the goal by Walder in this second period. That's Coquitlam in front by 3. Losing his stick is Gulliford. Quickly up the floor the other way. Here's Stroop. Stroop with Coquitlam in possession. He's got Coyle with him and as well Hurd. Hurd back to Stroop, takes his shot. Goundry turns to the side. Stroop gets his own rebound and a fresh 30 for Coquitlam. And Stroop holds on to it. 42 points coming into tonight's game. This guy was 62 points and leading the league in points. That was Russ Hurd taking the shot. Quickly the other direction. Here comes Maple Ridge. Curtis Gulliford with Russ Onger on the far side. Near side here for Kyle Goundry. An original draft pick of the Burnaby Senior Lakers. Sat out for 2 years and was signed as a free agent by the Maple Ridge Burrards. And a penalty coming up is Russ Onger was tripped. And another Russ going to the penalty box, and that's Russ Hurd.
Yeah, Hurd got that big leg of his out. Tripped up Russ Onger. Looked like Onger slipped as much as he was tripped, but Hurd no complaints as he goes to the penalty box. We'll get a good look at it here as Onger goes one-on-one. And there comes the foot right there. The big right foot comes out and down goes Onger. That explains exactly why Hurd wasn't complaining about that penalty, as he blatantly stuck the right paw out and tripped up Russ Onger. And this is a power play that the Burrards almost have to score on. Their power play has been abysmal up to this point. As you mentioned, Terry, the Adnex have probably had more good shorthanded opportunities than the Burrards have had power play opportunities.
0 for 3. Here's Goundry taking a shot off the target. Cowison scoops a loose ball for Lawson. Lawson gets it with 5 on the shot clock. And they're not going to get that shot away because it's in the stick of Pat Coyle. Here's Coyle. Nice pass there. An opportunity for Bride coming off the box. A bounce pass from Coyle, and Bride was unable to pick it up.
Something I like about the Adnex penalty killing unit, they don't mess around. If they got a chance to go for goal, they'll go for it. They kind of throw caution to the wind, and once again, that comes from having so much confidence in your teammates.
Thomas over for Lawson. Lawson takes a shot, scores! Jake Lawson. You talked about that point position that he played on the power play with the Poco Saints, Dave, and that time cashed in for Maple Ridge.
Yeah, that move by Coach Al Luthwaite, putting Lawson up on the point, has really paid off. As I mentioned, he had a 4-goal game last week. We'll get a look at the shot here. Here's the feed from Ken Thomas. Lawson has all the time in the world. Nobody attacks him. And a nice shot. Gets it about halfway up to the stick side of Dallas Elliott. Maybe Elliott should have had that. I think he was a little surprised that the shot came from out there. But Lawson, an excellent outside shooter, had an excellent junior career in Port Coquitlam, and the first-round draft pick of the Burrards 2 years ago, playing field lacrosse in North Carolina, I believe. Hurt his knee quite badly. You see, he still wears that knee brace and had to sit out all of last year. So it's kind of like a free first-round draft choice this year.
There's a man going down. That's Brad Downey, who took a stick high to the choppers there. Off to your right. Now it's Gerardo hitting Downey, and Downey goes off, and we'll have to watch and see if he goes to the dressing room. He's sitting down right now. It appears to be okay. Back to the floor. Here's DJ Sir for the Burrards. They want to cut the lead to 1. They're down 3-1. Sir gets open right in front. Great save there by Elliott. He stopped DJ Sir. What an effort by Sir.
Yeah, what a great job by Sir. And a pretty good job by Klein to get back into play. But and also a great save by Elliott. So greats all around for everybody on that play.
There's a shot again. Elliott the save. 6 minutes, 15 seconds gone in the second period. 3-1's the score. Coquitlam leads. Lawson from Thomas and Gill on the power play at 5:25. For Lawson is 13th on the season. That has Maple Ridge on the score sheet. Doyle now with the ball in control for Coquitlam with 9 on the shot clock for Sanderson. Sanderson looks for Hurd. He's going to have to get it and quickly put it the other way. Instead, it goes into the stick of Rob Williams. Here's Williams stopping and turning. He's got Goundry, holds on to it, however, with 13 minutes and 10 seconds left in the second period. Chris Gill with his 20 team leading goals on the floor now. McLeod in front, shot, Elliott the save. coming off his goal line to take that one away from Rod McLeod.
Yeah, and a good job by McLeod just to get that pass in control and get that shot away, but realistically way in too close to get a decent shot away, and Elliott just kind of pushed his body out towards the ball and shut down the angle.
Shot there by Bryant off the target, goes all the way down for Elliott with 10 on the shot clock. They can move it up the floor, they'll get a chance to set this one up. Downey quickly in front, kind of a Hail Mary pass, goes right into the stick of Darren Gownder. Rod McLeod for Maple Ridge now. His team trailing 3-1. Wilson is third. Zaff is 8th. Walder is 6th, the Coquitlam goal scorers. Jake Lawson is 13th on the power play. Has Maple Ridge within 2. Duke over for Bardai. Sidesteps a check. Bardai's got some room. Nice pass to the behind him there for DJ Sir. And Bardai actually had a line for the net. Sir takes a shot now off the target. The shot clock runs down. And it'll be Coquitlam possession.
Yeah, you're right, Terry. That Bardai's got to take that shot from in that close. He's got to make himself a threat at least. That really was a very non-productive pass back to Sear.
Bob Klein looks for an opportunity. Goes to the left for Mitchell. Mitchell into the corner. Their corner camera picking up the close-up action. And here's DJ Sir. Quick pass, outlet pass over for Duke. Duke with a man open in front of that. That's Lawson, tries the backhander. Misses off the target, goes into the stick of Rob Williams. Williams has a man that's Gulliford, takes a shot. It's Kevin Brunch in the leg. With 9 on the shot clock. And Coquitlam's Blair Mitchell picks up a loose ball.
Not a bad shot by Gulliford. You wouldn't get Kevin Brunch to agree to that as it bounced off the back of his leg, but trying to use Kevin Brunch as a screen. And one of the things, I guess if there's a book on Dallas Elliott, he's not that strong on screen shots, and the Burrards obviously trying to take advantage of that with Gulliford, but of course the catch with the screen shot is he's got to get through.
Quickly up the floor, here's Gulliford. Got a man breaking in front, that's Callison scores! Keith Callison, what a goal there! What a pass from Curtis Gulliford.
Yeah, that's a highlight film, and a good look at there, and an appreciative crowd here at the Planet Ice in Maple Ridge. Here's a look at Dallas Elliott. Obviously he's not appreciating it too much, but a great pass from Gulliford and a perfect redirection of that pass by Keith Callison. Here's a look at it here, and here's Gulliford's pass. Looks like it's a bit high for Callison, but bang. Callison, first time to pass his old Burnaby Laker teammate Dallas Elliott. No chance for Elliott to get across that quickly. Just a great finish by Callison, and obviously he's pretty happy about the result.
So the Adanac lead is cut to 1 goal. It's 3-2 from Planet Ice. We'll be back with more Molson X Lacrosse in a moment.
Life through a lens. A planet worth of pictures. And every picture tells 1,000 stories. Join the Outdoor Life Network and our cast of engaging storytellers, sharing in their adventures and being amazed by their discoveries. Lonely Planet. Exploration with attitude. Discovering your planet with a sense of humor. Lonely Planet. Weeknights at 10 on the Outdoor Life Network. Brought to you by Volkswagen. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
When you go online using telephone access, there's secret codes, secret passwords, and if you do get all that stuff right, you get this. With the internet on cable, you're connected 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. No logging on, no annoying noises, no secrets, no nothing. Just point and click. It's easy. Try it with me. Click on, click off, on, off. See?
Drums keep pounding a rhythm to the brain. La da 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 dee, la da 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 da.
If guys had their way,
Mini skirts, the current thing.
advertising really would be subliminal.
It goes on.
For a beer that's brewed the way beer should be, X says it all.
You gotta love people. All winter long, everyone says it's too cold. And then summer comes, we get a nice stretch of heat, and everyone says it's too hot. People, let's make up our minds. Well, thank goodness for Tim Hortons iced cappuccino. The new perfect summer treat that'll beat the heat. It's creamy, it's smooth, it's deep down cool. Hey, this iced cap cools you down when it's hot, which is good, because you wouldn't want to be hot when it's hot.
The dictionary defines passions as extreme emotions or desires, uncontrollable outbreaks of anger, love, hate, feelings of intense romantic desire, and this summer, all of the above. Daytime drama heats up with passions. Weekdays on CTV.
Yeah, goaltender Dallas Elliott looks on as we're all set to start with 10:52 to go, as Keith Cowison's goal is third of the season in just his 9th game from Gulliford at 9 minutes and 8 seconds. Here's Cowison. Cowison moves the ball off. Kyle Anderson is taking up an assist as well, as the Burrards will try to put the pressure on Coquitlam to come up with a tying goal with 10:30 to go in the second period. A 3-2 Coquitlam-Adanac lead, last year's Mann Cup finalists, losing out to the Brampton Excelsiors by a score of 4-2. And here's Doyle. Doyle takes a shot off the target. I always say off the target, and I can't tell if the goaltender gets his arm on it until I see that referee's arm up in the air, signaling for the 30-second clock to be reset. Nonetheless, here's Coyle. He'll look for a shot. Checked by Gill in front for Doyle. He's got Sanderson open behind him, doesn't see him, or tried to get it to him, and then lost control of the ball.
Something the Adanacs are doing this period that they didn't do in the first period is packing the ball a lot longer. The ball's not moving nearly as quickly as it did in that first period.
3-2 is your score in favor of Coquitlam, and a crease violation against the Adanacs will go into the Burrards' possession.
And a great save there by Darren Goundry on Stroop. And Stroop, of course, cut through the crease after he took the shot and then picked up the loose ball. And that's why that crease, in fact, was called. He wasn't in the crease when he actually took that shot.
Russ Onger has the ball stripped away from him. An errant pass goes into the stick of Singbill. And Onger and Singbill have words. And will they have more than words? No, as Onger turns up the other way. And Singbill, I think, wanted to have a little bit more in a discussion with Onger. Here's Downey trying to come out. Check that Bride. Downey was sent off with getting some repair work on his chin. Johnny Wilson tried a shot that went into the stick of an Adanac. That was Kevin Linton. Now here's Much. Aaron Much, and Much is going to get a penalty. And he had said something to referee Todd Lamranche, and he's going to get a 10-minute misconduct penalty.
Lamranche not taking anything from the players tonight. The second misconduct handed out tonight. And something it's a good call, I guess. I mean, we can't really define it as a good call because we didn't hear what was said. But once again, we'll get a look at it here as there's Much gesturing, complaining, and up goes the whistle. And we'll catch you later, Mr. Much, as he's off for 10. It's certainly not going to hurt the Adanacs in the offensive department, but Darren Much, one of the better defensive players in this lineup. And we mentioned that they've got to recommit the defense, and he's one of the keys to that.
So the two number 10s, Trevor Duke in the first period, and now Darren Much from Coquitlam in this second period. Both number 10s pick up 10-minute misconducts, better known as dimes. Here's Gulliford. I don't know if that's, wearing number 10 has anything to do with it, but in that situation it does. Here's Rob Williams. Holds the ball, 12 on the shot clock. Maple Ridge can't get a shot. Coquitlam tight defense. Williams trying to barge his way in front. 6 on the shot clock. Takes a shot. He'll get a new shot clock if he can pick it off the boards. No, Casey Zaff does for Coquitlam. Here comes Zaff. Up the floor. In for Coyle. Coyle dumps it off. This is Blair Mitchell. 8 minutes left in this second period. 3-2 Coquitlam in our Molson X Lacrosse Game of the Week here at Cam Neely's Planet Ice. With the ball, that's Brad Downey to the floor. In front of the net, Sanderson makes it 4-2. Josh Sanderson taking a great pass there, finding the open floor and making it a 2-goal lead for Coquitlam.
What's that saying? Speed kills. Well, it certainly did there. Just a great bit of acceleration by Josh Sanderson. Probably the quickest player. Well, not probably. Definitely the quickest player on the floor tonight on both lineups. Watch him come off. There he comes, right there off the bench. Just blows right by the Burrard defender and just puts it high on Darren Gowndy. Great finish by Josh Sanderson. But the key there, great speed and great movement off the ball.
Sanderson gets the goal. And Downey will pick up one of the assists. Coyle picks up the second assist at 12:09. Here's an opportunity. Brunch takes the shot right on. Darren Gowndy holds that one out. Coquitlam now with that 4-2 lead, looking to expand on it. Keith Cowison. His brother Eric Cowison, assistant coach with the New Westminster Salmon Bellies. Shot right on. Good save there. Loose ball. Grabbed by Downey. Quickly up the floor. This is Casey Zaff. He's got a breakaway. Zaff right in. Great save there by Darren Gowndy, taking it away from Zaff. Zaff looking for goal number 2, and he's going to be called for the crease violation. And it didn't appear that he got that close. Nonetheless, the call's made.
What he was called for, Terry, was not so much going in the crease on his shot, but once you shot, if the ball goes loose, you can't cut through the crease to get a shorter path to the ball, and that's what happened there. His momentum carried him through the crease. As soon as he picked the ball up, the play was called.
But Bardai takes a shot off the target. Trevor Duke tries to go for a loose ball. Battle in front of our screen. In your screen, in front of our location. Well, that English language is complicated, isn't it? I gotta go back to French.
Oui.
What?
Oui. Huh? Yeah.
6:40 left in the second period. 4-2 Coquitlam. Second period goals by Walder and Sanderson. Lawson and Cowison for Maple Ridge. Here's Sanderson, takes a shot right on, and again, Darren Gowndy tested. Already faced 14 shots in this period with 6:20 to go.
Yeah, Gowndy's had an excellent game for the Burrards. He really has been solid as a rock back there. He's got the ball up the floor quickly on offense, and now it's up to his teammates to finish some of those outlets of his off.
DJ Sir, a good run for the front of the net. However, he forgot to bring the ball with him, and it goes into the Coquitlam Adanacs Pat Coyle stick. Coyle, the captain, moves it for Hurd and for Stroop. Coyle out there as well. Boy, is that a tape to send the Toronto Rock fans. Here's Hurd, the leader in the league, and there's a penalty coming up. I believe it'll go against Maple Ridge. And going to the penalty box is Kyle Anderson, and Anderson works his way over, and it'll be a power play, the second opportunity for Coquitlam tonight. They're 0 for 1.
Yeah, with a 4-2 deficit staring them in the face right now, the Burrards certainly don't need to be short-handed. But the Adanacs, as I mentioned earlier, haven't moved the ball nearly as well in this second period as they did in the first frame. And sometimes a power play is really something that helps get the ball moving, because of course you got the extra man out there. Ball movement is so vital to an effective power play, and sometimes that kind of carries on to the 5-on-5 situation.
Off the face-off, Maple Ridge looking for control to kill some penalty time, and they do get the draw. Here's Duke. Duke's got some speed going to the outside, works his way in front, getting runs up, right on, good save by Elliott. What an opportunity for Trevor Duke. He made that one happen, put the wheels together, and around the defender he went to test Elliott.
Yeah, great job by Trevor Duke. One of the toughest saves that Elliott's had to make this evening. And that's the kind of thing the Burrards need from guys like Duke, DJ Sear, Rob Williams, guys like that. They've got to have those one-on-one individual efforts just to try and get a little life in this lineup.
Sanderson hammered to the floor off your screen as he gave that pass to Doyle. Quickly up the floor, the other direction. Here comes Jelsvik. Jelsvik in front of that. Scores! Craig Jelsvik! A shorthanded marker. Coquitlam was going to get a penalty on the play, but Jelsvik makes it 4-3.
And what a huge goal by Craig Jelsvik. Giant goal by Jelsvik. Strictly an individual effort. Just a great job to maintain control right there. There's the job right there. There's the hold coming up that was going to be called on Kevin Brunch. Great release by Jelsvik. Lots of pace on that ball. And something for the young kids out there. If you get in that close to the net, don't just kind of pussyfoot the ball in the net. Get some pace on it. And that's what Jelsvik did there. Gave Elliott no time to react, of course. And now we've got a 4-3 score, a shorthanded goal. And there's nothing better than a shorthanded goal, whether it be in lacrosse or hockey, to lift the spirits of the bench.
An unassisted goal by Jelsvik, a shorthanded marker, this 5th of the year. Craig Jelsvik from Mackenzie, British Columbia, gets the Burrards within 1. Now Callison stealing a loose ball. Fake to go back in his own end, decides to go on the outside. Moves it up for DJ Sirk, coming onto the floor. Here's an opportunity for Thomas. Scores! Ken Thomas! This game is tied!
Had 2 shorthanded goals for the Burrard, and what a great job by DJ Sear to spot Kenny Thomas coming off the bench. Just casually toss it over to him, and great finish by Thomas. There's the pass from Sear. Thomas all the time in the world. Gives Elliott a little bit of a fake right there. Just Elliott moving from his left to right, and then Thomas bangs it up high in that top corner. And that's all the fake that's needed to get a goaltender moving. You get a lot of players, you get a good look there at Ken Thomas. 15 goals, 13 assists this year. One of the leaders of this team. He's the captain of the team, but you know, it's a fallacy that you have to throw a great big fake on a goaltender. Sometimes just a little bit of a shoulder move like Thomas threw on Elliott there is enough to get him moving a bit. Once you get him moving a little bit, bang it home like Thomas did.
Thomas is 14th of the year.
Dan Thomas.
His 46th point of the year that leads the team in scoring.
And number 11, Keith Cowison.
Sir and Cowison the assists at 15 minutes and 32 seconds in the tie. And the penalty time, 15 seconds remaining. So Maple Ridge gets 2 shorthanded markers to tie this game up at 4. Hey, we got a brand new ball game. Coquitlam led 2-0 at one point in the first, or after the first period, and at one point 4-2 in the second. Before the 2 shorthanded goals, and that penalty now over with as Kyle Anderson back on the floor. And maybe Kyle Anderson should take another penalty so the Burrard shorthanded team can get
Kyle Anderson's going to get consideration as the MVP of the game for taking that penalty.
Blair Mitchell now for Coquitlam. Now one in for Bride. Bride into the far corner for Wilson. Wilson's got a man that's Downey up top. Takes a shot right on. A good save by Goundry as he came out. Got his left leg extended to take that one away from Downey. Far corner. Burrard's in control. That's DJ Sir. He'll bring the ball out. Right in front of our viewpoint. Here comes Fayaz Bardai. Bardai with Thomas. Bardai the shot. Rebound is there. Onger goes after it. Onger has an opportunity. Can't pick it up. Gerardo trying to get a loose ball. Goes to the floor. Kevin Linton all over him. I think Gerardo was trying to get a possession call there. At Coquitlam control, with 20 in the shot clock, 2:35 to go in the second period, and a 4-4 tie. Shot by Brunch. Big rebound for Klein and a fresh 30 for Coquitlam. This time Downey. Downey holds on to it, spins off, in front of the net. Great goal there by Shane Santos. Santos makes it 5-4 Coquitlam.
And I was just about to say, Terry, the Adnacs on that last shift back to moving the ball the way they did in the first period. A great job there to get the ball down to Santos, and super finish by Shaden Santos. You know, I think I mentioned last year Shaden Santos, that perhaps one of the reasons he was here is that he was John Tavares' brother-in-law, and perhaps that would be bait to get him out here. But here's a good indication here. Santos, first of all, getting open, negotiating the pass, and great finish. So Shaden Santos, I'll tell you, is a lot more than John Tavares' brother-in-law. He's a good two-way player, an excellent defensive player, good face-off man, and as we saw there, when he gets the opportunity, he can put the ball in there as well.
Santos the goal from Downey at 17:37. Santos his 7th goal on the season. And Coquitlam, more importantly, now a 5-4 lead with 2:03 to go in this second period. And here come the Burrards, Darryl Phipps. Phipps over for Gulliford. In front for Goundry. Kyle Goundry scores! Kyle Goundry took a quick look at the referee to see if his foot was in the crease. Well, that goal's going to count.
Yeah, that was close, but hey, highlight reel, 2 great fakes here. First of all, and I hope we see it on the replay, the fake pass that Goundry had everybody on the Adanacs' heads turned. We'll get a look at it right there. There's the fake pass. Whoops, see you later. And now Goundry goes in. There's the fake on Eliak. Watch that stick of Eliak's come up right there. Bang, 5-hole. And as you say, very, very close to the crease. But he did release that before that foot came down to the crease. Super job by Kyle Goundry.
Goundry.
Now Maple Ridge again the other way.
The assist to number 13, Curtis.
Curtis Gulliford in on that last goal, goes for the front of the net.
18-12.
And 18-12 the goal, the time of the goal, as this game tied at 5, now with 1:25 to go this period. Doyle quickly for Sanderson's got some speed. Sanderson right on the target. The goaltender was there though, and he makes the save. Darren Goundry holds that one out. 1 minute, 10 seconds to go in this second period. What a period. 2-0 for Coquitlam after 1. In the lead for Coquitlam. Here's an opportunity there for Sanderson again, turned away from Goundry. Doyle tries to check his man, that's Kyle Anderson. Anderson does a nice job. One hands it up for Gulliford on a 2-on-1 situation with Rob Williams. Gulliford holds on to it, takes a shot. Good save there, Elliott. Well, it's a good save because he stopped it, but I don't think he knew where the ball was. Rob Williams scores! Rob Williams, a Maple Ridge lead the first time tonight.
And that whole offensive sequence by the Burrards was kind of a strange thing. I was expecting Gulliford to pass over to Williams originally. He took the shot. Elliott made the save. As you mentioned, Terry didn't know he'd made the saves. Came out to Williams, and Williams banged it. And that's something the Burrards need more of from Rob Williams. Because I'll tell you something, this guy has got excellent offensive skills. He's kind of been typecast as more of a defensive player, a mucker, but as we saw there, he's got a good outside shot, he's got a good stick, he spent a lot of time playing the crease on the power play in Burnaby, so he certainly has stick skills, and I think the Burrards expect a lot more offense from Rob Williams.
Curtis Gulliford could be in on the assist. We'll wait for the announcement. Williams' sixth goal.
Number 22, Rob Williams.
Now an opportunity.
Curtis Gulliford. And to number 7,
PJ
Kyle
Sir holds onto the ball in front of the net for Onger. Onger hammered to the floor. It'll be minor interference there. Onger taken to the floor, and it'll be Maple Ridge ball.
Now, are the Burrards going to pull goaltender Darren Goundry for this last 22 seconds? This is going to be interesting. Doesn't look like it.
18 seconds left. Maple Ridge in control. That's Blatherwick. He comes to the front of the net, being checked by Mitchell. And there's a problem at the Maple Ridge bench. And I believe there's going to be a penalty. They've been trying to get a timeout. And they threw, 2 gloves came flying from the bench to get the referee's attention. And Todd LeBranche has now issued a bench minor to the Maple Ridge Burrards. Whose gloves they were, I don't know, but they did get the attention. They got their timeout, but they're going to be in the sin bin.
Well, you know what the problem here is, Terry, is that it's nobody's fault whatsoever. The Burrards trying to call a timeout, but the rule is the timeout has got to be called from the floor. And to me, that's the dumbest rule on the face of the earth, because that's what the coaches are there for, is to call a timeout. But unfortunately, a lot of coaches don't know that, because I know when I coached in North Shore, I never got called for it like that, but a lot of times I'd be calling for a timeout and the referees would say, no, it's got to come from somebody on the floor. And to me, that's got to be the dumbest rule on the face of the earth. Makes absolutely no sense. And here it unfortunately cost the Burrards a delay of game penalty, or an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And a good call by Todd LeBranche, probably one he didn't want to make, but an unfortunate break for the Burrards.
And we talked about Kyle Anderson taking a penalty and the Burrards scoring 2 shorthanded goals, and Kyle Anderson's in serving the bench penalty. And now a timeout has been taken, and it's going to be Coquitlam this time taking the timeout with 6 seconds remaining, and the power play on the floor for Coquitlam, their 3rd opportunity tonight. They're -2 for 2.
And this time, following the letter of the law, it was Josh Sanderson, the player closest to referee Todd LeBranche, who called the timeout. And with only 6 seconds left, doesn't sound like an awful lot of time, but 6 seconds is plenty of time to get 2 passes in, and sometimes that's all it takes to set up a good scoring opportunity.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with the power play in the final 6 seconds.
Imagine a trail 15,000 kilometers long, a Trans-Canada Trail. Right now, from coast to coast to coast, Canadians are turning the dream into reality. And when it's completed, the Trans-Canada Trail will connect us all in a new way for a new millennium. With every donation of $40, a meter of trail gets built, and your name is inscribed in a trail pavilion. Call now and put your name on the Trans-Canada Trail.
The City of Vancouver and the Vancouver School Board have joined the Rogers Group of companies to launch a groundbreaking public-private telecommunications partnership, Vancouver Interactive. Vancouver Interactive will connect all Vancouver schools and school administration to each other and the Internet. Through a high-speed network, teachers and students will use the Internet as a powerful learning and teaching tool. Vancouver Interactive, the next generation connectivity between government, citizens, and students.
We don't all run half marathons. We don't all drink distilled water. But we all love bread. Dempster's Hearty Grain 100% whole wheat bread. Low in fat, no preservatives, and high in fiber, with 8 essential nutrients. And now, try Dempster's Premium Bagels in 7 delicious low-fat varieties. They're at your grocery store, just a short jog away. Dempster's, deliciously sensible.
Well, they didn't wait for us, Dave, but they took a shot and it went. It was a squandered shot, as they call it. Went off the shoulder of Goundry. Coquitlam did get their shot away, though. And our Molson X Lacrosse Game of the Week has 2 periods complete. And hey, a Maple Ridge 6-5 lead.
Yeah, 6 goals in that second period by the Burrards. 2 of them the shorthand. And there's the shot by Brunch. An outside shot, easily stopped by Darren Goundry. And certainly not what they wanted. But heck, 6 seconds left when they got that power play. Just to get a scoring opportunity is really what they wanted, and that's what they got.
We'll go down to Kevin.
Well, thanks a lot, Terry. I'm joined by head coach and general manager Les Wingrove. Les, first of all, your thoughts on the first 2 periods?
Oh, it's a close game. We've got to make a few adjustments here, get back on defense a little better. Other than that, we're playing fine, and no need to panic. We just got to start playing our game a little more.
It seems a little physical out there. A lot of teams feel that's the way to beat you. The power play is what keeps them honest. You're 0 for 2 and 2 shorthanded goals. Is there a problem with it tonight?
Well, we had a little trouble getting back on the power play, and resulted in the 2 shorthanded goals. Some nights that happens, and we'll have to make the adjustments to that, that's all.
Okay, Coach, good luck in the third.
Okay, thanks.
Don't go away. We got lots more lacrosse for you right after this.
Drums keep pounding a rhythm to the brain. La-di-da-di-dee, la-di-da-di-da.
If guys had their way,
Mini skirts, the current thing,
advertising really would be subliminal.
It goes on.
For a beer that's brewed the way beer should be, X says it all.
Imagine a trail 15,000 kilometers long, a Trans-Canada Trail. Right now, from coast to coast to coast, Canadians are turning the dream into reality. And when it's completed, the Trans-Canada Trail will connect us all in a new way for a new millennium. With every donation of $40, a meter of trail gets built, and your name is inscribed in a trail pavilion. Call now and put your name on the Trans-Canada Trail.
We've got your ticket to ride, to ride. We've got your ticket to ride.
Hyundai's Ticket to Ride event is your chance to get into the all-new Sonata. Mid-size luxury for only $229 a month or 1.8% financing. Or take a ride in the restyled, more powerful Elantra, now only $199 a month or 1.8% financing. And the 99 Accent is unbeatable value for only $169 a month with 0 down, 0 security deposit. Take us for a ride this summer.
It all started here.
I'd like my new love to be married and cheating for the first time on her husband, the hematologist. Wife got his penis off, his life began.
It's Robert Klein.
Oh, babe.
And he hasn't changed a bit.
He's sitting with a couple of agents there. My penis works. I can't get mine on the phone.
The HBO special Saturday at 9 on the Comedy Network.
WNBA, Friday at 5 on CTV Sportsnet.
Welcome back to the Molson Export Lacrosse Game of the Week. 6-5 now. The Burrards on top of the Adenauers. Now, 1999 is a year that has seen several rookies burning up the WLA, and joining me is one of them, Colin Doyle. Not only a great offensive talent, but he likes to mix it up. Colin, first of all, your thoughts on the contest tonight?
Well, obviously it's a good game for everybody. I mean, Maple Ridge is pouring their hearts on the line, and you know, we expected a good game, so we've got to be ready for it. Third period is going to be great. Both teams are going to come out gunning for each other, and hopefully the fans will see a great finish.
Okay, you did have one season in the NLL with the Toronto Rock. Tell us the differences between the NLL and the Western game out here.
The Western games, obviously, it's a Canadian game, first of all, so it's a lot more cross-checking, a lot rougher with the wood sticks and everything. But you know, there are similarities, pick and rolls, and it's a pretty fast game. But you know, it's lacrosse, and lacrosse is lacrosse at the end of the day. So you play with whatever you got, and it's the league out here has been great.
Okay, and no doubt during your time with the Toronto Rock, Russ Hurd, Danny Stroop were telling you all kinds of things about the WLA. What was true and what wasn't?
Well, they told me it was going to be rough, and they were right there. But they said it's a great league. You know, they probably didn't expect the, you know, all the teams to be as close as they are this year. But you know, every team's playing with one another, and that makes for a great league.
Okay, Colin, thanks for doing this, and good luck in the third.
Thank you.
We'll be back. Lots more lacrosse for you right after this.
Okay, Walter, why don't you take the front row? I'll take the back.
Marco!
Reaches in and the folds facing out. Polo! Parallel, Walter.
Marco!
Something we overlook sometimes.
Polo! Marco!
What are you doing?
Playing Marco Polo.
Marco.
Aren't you supposed to be in the water if you're going to play that?
Yeah,
Marco.
but he doesn't know that.
Gotcha.
Marco?
Book a Best Western hotel today and get a free DC Superheroes camera. Call 1-800-528-1234.
Vancouver 2020 is an innovative and dynamic new web environment created by students at Vancouver's Point Grey Secondary Mini School. The website combines multimedia content with cutting-edge web technologies provided through Rogers at Home. In Vancouver 2020, students explore the past, present, and future of their own neighborhoods. Through Rogers Cable Systems, the Vancouver 2020 team is helping to prepare today's students for tomorrow's technology.
Drums keep pounding a rhythm to the brain. La da 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 dee, la da 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 da.
If guys had their way,
Mini skirts, the current thing.
advertising really would be subliminal.
It goes on.
For a beer that's brewed the way beer should be, X says it all.
Welcome back to the Molson Export Lacrosse Game of the Week. 6-5, the Burrards on top of the Adenauers. Get ready to ride the edge of your seat in the third. We'll join Dave and Terry now for their second period summary.
Thank you, Kevin. What a second period it was at that. We'll look at our CKW98 scoring summary. Jason Walder had got things going early with his sixth of the year. Sanderson Santos, the other goal scorers for Coquitlam. But the story of that second period was 5 goals by the Maple Ridge Burrards, 2 of them coming unanswered shorthanded.
Yeah, Jelsvik and Thomas, both shorthanded goals, and that's got to be the key to that period. We're going to look at those shorthanded goals now. Here's the first one by Jelsvik. What a great individual effort by him, and that's the kind of thing they need from guys like Jelsvik, Trevor Duke, that type of player, those individual effort. Look at this great pass from DJ. Here's this little fake. Boom. Nice little fake by Kenny Thomas. Just gets Elliott moving to his right, bangs it in the top corner. Beautiful shorthanded goal.
What a great opportunity for Maple Ridge to get back in the game. Coquitlam came back with a goal of their own to make it 5-4. And then again, 2 goals by the Maple Ridge Burrards. Gowndry is 14th and Williams is 6th. Have the Burrards that lead. And in this third period, as we begin the third, Coquitlam will have that power play opportunity, their third of the night. I'd said they were -2 for 2 with their third opportunity, just counting those shorthanded goals. You don't count that as in the power play statistics. So they're 0 for 2, working on their third right now.
And the shots on goal in that period, 21-17 in favor of the Adanacs. So that indicates two things. First of all, a tremendous wide open period. And secondly, great goaltending at both ends. Even though there were 6 goals scored against Eliak, he made some huge saves. And Goundry had a super period for the Maple Ridge Burrards in that second period. There's a good look at Kyle Goundry. Darren Goundry there. He had a great period for the Burrards in the second period.
His 9th year with the Burrards, Darren Goundry in between the pipes tonight, stopping him all but 5 in the 6-5 lead. There's Dallas Eliak. We mentioned he's an 8-time All-Star, a 4-time playoff MVP, and a 3-time goaltender MVP with the Coquitlam Adanacs. Of course, we mentioned also that he plays for the Philadelphia Wings of the National Lacrosse League.
And the one thing Eliak would love to trade all of those things for, I'll guarantee you, is a Mann Cup. He's got 3 championships in the Major Indoor Lacrosse League, or National Lacrosse League as it's become now. But I'm sure he would trade all of those for that elusive Mann Cup. And maybe this is the year for the Adanacs.
Third period action starts with the Coquitlam Adanacs on the power play. And this third period is brought to you by Sports View. Sports View is BC's own sports weekly. The opportunity in front. Turned away by the goaltender Goundry, quickly up the floor. Chris Gill's going to get open, can't take the pass. And Chris Gill is having an off game tonight. You haven't seen him take a lot of shots. There's one there that tests the goaltender Eliak. And turned aside for Bob Klein. And the power play will get back to the floor with 1 minute and 5 seconds to go in the penalty.
And of course the Burrards with that 6-5 lead, and Chris Gill is yet to even be a threat. Really, he hasn't scored and he hasn't really had that many scoring opportunities. So that's kind of a good thing, I guess, because he's got to erupt at some point.
Brunch takes a shot that goes off the bar and up out of play. With 50 seconds left in this third period, 1 minute and 5 seconds gone. Battle for the ball, that's Casey Zaff, number 27. He'll bring the ball up and give it to the power play unit with just 38 seconds to go in the penalty. Coquitlam 0 for 2 in the power play, trailing 6-5 as we've played 1:20 in this third period. 41-29 the shots on goal in favor of Coquitlam. Coming off a loss to the Westminster Salmon Bellies. Here's another opportunity. That's Sanderson. Check that, that was North Shore. They've lost to New West and North Shore in their past 3 games. It was Maple Ridge losing to the Salmon Bellies by a score of 11-4 in their last outing. Chris Gill being checked, holds onto a ball. 30-second clock will now take effect as Kyle Anderson back to the floor. Bardai, the shot, right on. Eliak the save, the rebound is there. Nobody knows where the ball is, but Bob Klein, he's got it. There he is on your screen, holding the ball behind Coquitlam's net.
Something we haven't talked about is how important this game is to the Maple Ridge Burrards in terms of their confidence going into that late playoff run. They're the only team in the league who hasn't beaten one of the 2 big boys, one of either Victoria or the Adanacs. New Westminster, North Shore, and Burnaby even have beaten at least one or both of the Adanacs and Victoria. And that's going to be a tremendous confidence builder for them going into the stretch drive.
Here's Bride, takes a shot, the save by Goundry, holding that one out. Quickly moves it up for Jake Lawson. 2 minutes and 35 seconds played in this third period in that Coquitlam Adanacs 6-5 deficit, and here they come one more time inside Burrard territory. Coquitlam on top of the Western Lacrosse Association standings, 13 wins, 3 losses for 26 points, a 6-point cushion over the second place Victoria Shamrocks. While Maple Ridge is in third with 16 points, 10 backs of the Adanacs. Klein in front, can't control the pass. Brunch comes in and hammers his man, Trevor New, and Maple Ridge will get control.
Brunch a little fortunate there to actually maintain possession of the ball, found Bob Klein in front. He couldn't negotiate the pass, and eventually the Burrards take over on that interference call against Brunch.
Here's Ken Thomas, the captain of the squad. Puts it off to the right. That was intended for Jelsvik, who has a goal tonight. But for Craig Jelsvik, that's just his 5th of the year, and that was a big one, a shorthanded marker that cut the lead at that point, 4-3, before the second shorthanded goal by Thomas 30 seconds later. Dan Stroop. We featured him as one of our key players before the game started tonight. Here's Doyle, takes a shot, hits a player, goes off the target. 3 on the shot clock, so it'll go into Maple Ridge's possession.
And we talked about Chris Gill not having scored for the Adnex, for the Burrards. How about the Adnex? Down 6-5, Hurd and Stroop have yet to hit the scoreboard.
Here's Bardai. Check that, that's Kyle Goundry. Dishes it off, shot right on by Phipps. Gets a new 30-second shot clock. Holds possession now for Jake Lawson up top. He's number 28, holding the ball. To the right for Goundry. Rob Williams is there. Can't pick up a loose ball. Battles for it. Gets it off the boards. Fighting with Doyle. Takes a shot. And an opportunity there to get a 30-second shot clock if the Burrards can get control. And Rob Williams does.
Great job by the Burrards getting on those rebounds given up by Eliak. And one of the things that Eliak generally doesn't do all that well, he tends to give up big rebounds. Puts him into the corner, directs him into the corner. But you've got to know when you're playing against Eliak, there are going to be a lot of rebounds. Wasn't there one there that time, but there are a lot of rebounds against Dallas Eliak.
Dallas Eliak playing in his 3rd game of the WLA season. Much of the goaltending work has been done by Darren Zach, or Doug Zach, check that. For Zach, he's played 15 games, and Regan Stidoff has played a couple of games. Stidoff picked up by the Adnex this year in replacement of Eliak until he returned. Here's Chris Gill. Gill trying to get around a man. One hand on his stick. He's going to draw a penalty. Coquitlam will go short-handed. Rod McLeod in the corner now. With control of the ball with the extra attacker to the floor. Here's Ken Thomas. Gulliford on the floor for the extra attacker. There he is. He's got the ball. Gulliford takes his shot. Doesn't make it to the net. And here comes a penalty. This will be the 5th penalty of the night to Coquitlam. They trail 6-5, and Maple Ridge gets that power play opportunity.
Yeah, a holding penalty to Chris Bride, and we're going to look at Curtis Gulliford there just before we look at Eliak. There's Bride going into the penalty box for holding, but boy, Gulliford, not a very smart shot there. Tried to put it through a mass of players with 17 seconds left in the shot clock. Here's the hold coming up right there as Bride gets a good grab on Chris Gill, and hey, if you're going to grab somebody, that's the guy to grab, because in that tear, that's Chris Gill's office in that area there. But just after that, Curtis Gulliford had possession to the left of Eliak, let it fly with 18 seconds left on the clock, and you got to shoot a little smarter than that.
So the face-off inside Coquitlam territory to the left of goaltender Dallas Eliak. And Coquitlam shorthanded for the 5th time tonight. The power play is 1 for 4 after going 0 for 3 in their first 3 opportunities. And here off the face-off is Coquitlam getting possession due to a minor interference call against Maple Ridge. 5 minutes, 35 seconds played in this 3rd period. 6-5, Coquitlam trails with the power play unit out there, or not out there at the current moment, but the power play in effect for Maple Ridge. The defensive unit out on the floor and the shorthanded unit doing some penalty killing. Here's Sanderson looking for a shorthanded marker, and he misses the target with that opportunity.
Sanderson, once again, so dangerous. Split 2 defenders there. He's so quick. He's tiny. He's probably one of the smallest players in the league, but he's tough and he's, above all, quick.
Jake Lawson, the point man, holds onto the ball, goes to his left. The shooter, that's Thomas inside for Cowison. Up top for Lawson. Here's Goundry across for Cowison. Takes his shot, misses the target. And Coquitlam trying to get possession along the boards. That's number 10, Darren Much, trying to dig it out. And Thomas gets the ball. Here's Ken Thomas. Gill on his right, goes to Cowison on his left. Now Kyle Goundry holds it up for Thomas. Thomas has got the big shot. Passes it off for Cowison in the left corner. For Thomas, up for Lawson, moves it around. Goundry. And Lawson attempts a shot. The rebound is there, and a new 30-second clock for Chris Gill and the Burrards, who lead this one 6-5 with 30 seconds left in the penalty. Thomas a shot, just misses there. Eliak was down, there was room upstairs, but the shot misses. Here again is Thomas for Lawson. Back pass for Thomas, in for Cowison, for Gill, and he can't negotiate the pass. But Kyle Goundry picks it up. 16 seconds left in the penalty. Up top for Lawson, in for Gill. Gill again has trouble with the pass, comes out of the corner, takes that pass for the front of the net. and there's going to be a crease violation to Gill, and Gill wants the penalty or the call against Elliott for coming out at him.
I don't blame him one bit, as Elliott came out wielding that goal stick like a club, but I don't think he really made any contact with it, so that's why he didn't get the call, but I was expecting a call against Elliott myself.
Shot right on, rebound is there. Bragg tried it, now another opportunity there for Santos, who's got a goal tonight. Coquitlam trying to get the guns out there, and they are out there right now. Bragg, he misses an opportunity to get a loose ball. Rod McLeod picks it up. Penalty now over with. 12 minutes, 5 seconds to go in this third. 6-5 Maple Ridge.
And if you wonder why Chris Dill hasn't been that effective on the Burrard power play, the answer is in 2 words: Pat Coyle. He has been all over Gill like a cheap suit down in that bottom part of the Coquitlam man short.
Ball in the right corner. Blair Mitchell grabs it. And he'll slow things down with Chris Gill all over him. Gill trying to check him, get that ball free, and Mitchell comes away. Over for Coyle, right in front of our viewpoint. Here's Pat Coyle. 11 minutes, 30 seconds to go as Coyle wants to get his team tied. 4, check that 8 on the shot clock. Here's Hurd. Up to get the shot away. Doyle takes the shot. Doesn't get it on net. And now Doyle hammered to the floor. Gerardo was the man hammering him. And here's Chris Gill the other way for the Burrards. Trying to do it all himself. Here he is into the corner. Gets hammered down to the floor. And that'll go against Coquitlam. Chris Gill is going to have a few words with Trevor Leland. And the ball will be Maple Ridge's. Now there's Gill on your screen as he's doing anything he can to get his team with a 2-goal lead.
And a good job by Trevor Leland riding Chris Gill off into the boards. Got a little carried away, took him into the boards, took the interference, but certainly better to take the interference and give up a clear shot to Chris Gill.
Good save there by Elliott because he's able to get his arm on the shot there by Ken Thomas. And a penalty coming up. It's going to be a holding call to Daryl Singbill.
Once again, the Burrards go in the power play, and once again a holding penalty. And those are the penalties that coaches really hate, because 9 times out of 10, if there's a hold on the play, it's usually because somebody was out of position or just a little bit lazy. And we didn't really get a real good look at Singbill's penalty there. But those holding penalties coaches hate.
Hey, we'll be back with more Molson X Lacrosse when we return.
Imagine a trail 15,000 kilometers long, a Trans-Canada Trail. Right now, from coast to coast to coast, Canadians are turning the dream into reality. And when it's completed, the Trans-Canada Trail will connect us all in a new way for a new millennium. With every donation of $40, a meter of trail gets built, and your name is inscribed in a trail pavilion. Call now and put your name on the Trans-Canada Trail.
Hey guys, missing your sweetheart?
Okay, here we go. The last 47 seconds. Maple Ridge in control. Here's Thomas. Moves it up for Lawson over to the right. That's Kyle Gowney with the extra attacker on the floor. Shot scores! Kenny Thomas ties the game up with the extra attacker on the floor. 7-7, Kenny Thomas.
And what a great shot by Ken Thomas. Perfect bounce shot, high to the stick side of Delaselic. No way in the world Delaselic's going to stop that shot unless it hits him. It didn't. We got a 7-all game, 33 seconds remaining. Here's the feed across to Thomas. And watch the screen here. Elliott cannot see a thing, but watch that shot. Bang, right over the stick of Delaselic. What a big goal by Kenny Thomas. What a goal for the Burrards captain to get for his team.
That comes 14 seconds after the Burrards take a timeout. Thomas's 15th goal on the season. With 33 seconds to go, and this one's still not over, and we could have overtime.
Scored by number 40, Ken Thomas.
And we have, I believe, another timeout called by Coquitlam this time. They'll get possession with the final 28 seconds, so this is going to go right down to the final buzzer. If not decided, it'll go to OT.
It is going down to the final buzzer, and a good timeout this time by Les Grungrove. I'm scribbling down my players of the game, and I've got X's and arrows and lines through people's names, and it's going to go down to the final whistle as well. But what a great game we've had tonight. Low scoring, but more an indication of great goaltending than it has been an indication of poor offense. 51-37, the shots on goal at this point in favor of the Adanacs. Pretty safe bet the shots on goal are going to end up 52-37. Because I'll guarantee the Adanacs will get at least one shot. Whether it goes in or not, that's largely up to Darren Goundry.
Yeah, we'll look at the goal by Ken Thomas one more time as he gets fed that pass from Jake Lawson. Actually, Goundry fed it over to him.
And great timing there as Pat Coyle rushes out. But when Coyle came out to rush out, he didn't really make any kind of a move to get his stick over Thomas's stick. So it gave Thomas the opportunity to shoot around Pat Coyle. Gave Elliott, as I mentioned, no chance to look at it. Now the Adanacs pulling Elliott, going with the 6 attackers. And I'm sure they're going to be looking to try and get the ball to Brunch or Johnny Wilson to win this thing.
Okay, here comes Jason Waller in the Adanacs.
Okay, I guess it's not going to be Johnny Wilson. He's not on the floor, and that's very, very surprising.
Here's Walder for Hurd. Hurd looking for his first point tonight. 18 on the shot clock, 15 on the game clock. Hurd and Walder play pass back and forth, waiting for that opportunity, waiting for the last second. Here, and that one for Sanderson goes out of his stick as he got ready to shoot it. There's going to be no shot, and we're going to go to overtime. And here comes a penalty to Jason Walder. Walder's going to get an elbowing call. And Trevor Duke wants more, but the penalty is going to go to Walder, and Walder will go to the box as we enter overtime.
Oh boy, what a stupid penalty for Jason Walder. No time on the clock. Absolutely no chance for Trevor Duke to do anything with the ball. Watch the penalty come up here. And is that a stupid penalty or what? He can call it boarding, he can call it elbowing. I'll tell you something, Trevor Duke has got a pretty good argument for a 5-minute major there. Into the boards like that. I doubt that they're going to give him 5. Now they got 2 minutes up on the clock, but I'll tell you, Duke's got a real good argument for a 5-minute major there. But just a dumb play by Walder with no time virtually left on the clock. And even if Duke did get the ball, he had maybe a half a second to do something with it.
So Coquitlam with 51 shots to Maple Ridge's 37. That doesn't mean much, but a 7-7 tie will go to overtime, and we'll go down to Kevin Cady for some comments.
Well, thanks a lot, Terry. I'm joined by General Manager of the Maple Ridge Burrards, Sohan Gill. Sohan, first of all, you're looking pretty calm, but you can't be inside.
Well, I think it's about the 6th game that we've tied the game up in the last minute, and we've won most of them, so I hope that carries on with that trend.
Now, the Burrards got off to a pretty slow start this season, but they're 3-1 in their last 4. They're looking strong coming into the backstretch. What happened in the beginning? How did you guys correct it?
Well, you know, with the new system we had, it took a while to get used to it, and now the guys are getting used to it, and we're playing quite well, actually. Yeah, we'll be coming around good in the later half of the season.
Now, tell us about the league this year. It's pretty close. It usually is, but there seems to be a lot of exceptional talent, especially rookies this year.
Well, I'll tell you, last year was a great draft year, and the guys that came from the East has made it very interesting for everybody, and all the teams got good young players, including us.
Okay, now I know from your perspective it's going to be the Burrards that score here in OT. Who should we look for?
Well, I think Keith Cowson might get his 200th goal tonight. He's got one more for 200. Let's hope for Keith Cowson.
Okay, thanks a lot for doing this. So, let's go back upstairs and join Dave and Terry.
Thank you very much, Kevin. And as you know, there are ties allowed, but they have to get through this 10 minutes of overtime, and it is overtime. It's not sudden death.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes of regulation play. It's basically a half a period of lacrosse. Whoever's winning at the end of that 10 minutes wins it. If it's tied, it goes into the books as a tie.
So 10 minutes up on the clock. We have a 7-7 tie and a penalty up on the clock to Coquitlam's Jason Walder, who took the elbowing call at the buzzer at the end of that third. So the power play unit on the floor, and it'll be Maple Ridge giving up possession off the faceoff there on the minor interference. So Coquitlam looking for some penalty killing time right now.
And the ironic thing about Walder taking that penalty, the elbowing penalty that could have been boarding, one of the least physical players in the league, never mind on the Adanax team.
Here's Dan Stroop, moves the ball into the left corner as Coquitlam kills some penalty time. Brad Downey being checked by Jelsvik, holds onto the ball. Downey busts himself for the front of the net. He's got an opportunity to let the shot go and does. Now off the rebound, here's DJ Sir in a race for it. Sir joined, and he'll slow himself down as he slips to the floor, and the power play unit goes to the floor again. They are 1 for 6 tonight. This is their 7th opportunity.
If ever they needed one, this is the time, I'll tell you.
Kyle Goundry moves it up for Lawson. Thomas and Lawson. Now here's Goundry. Over for Cowison. One-timer scores! Keith Cowison. He's hot tonight.
So and Gill get down to the racetrack and place a bet. He predicted Keith Cowison will get his 200th career goal, and he did. Not the winning goal, so Sohan, don't leave for the racetrack yet. But as if Sohan Gill needs us to get him down to the racetrack. But anyway, here's a great pass from Goundry, and Cowison, almost an instant replay of his first goal. First times it passed Delaseliak, and we've got an 8-7 Maple Ridge lead. The good news for the Burrards is they've got the lead. The bad news is there's still 9 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in overtime.
An 8-7 lead for the Maple Ridge Burrards, who had a 7-6 lead in that third period. And there's a goal, a tying marker by Blair Mitchell, comes right down to tie the game up at 8.
And as well as Darren Goundry's played all night, boy oh boy, he'd sure love to have that one back, as Blair Mitchell, not noted as an outside shooter, not noted as an inside shooter for that matter, but a real nice quick release on this. We'll see Mitchell shoot from just about the inside edge of the face-off circle, right about there. There it goes, and boy, Goundry gives him a lot, and it just slides in between his legs. I think the thing there is Goundry just simply didn't expect a shot. We talked about this in our last broadcast in referring to New Westminster's outstanding young goaltender, Matt Fisher. Everybody in this league is a threat every time they've got the ball, and every goaltender's got to know that. Goundry played the price there.
Still announcing that goal there, and here's an opportunity here for Bride. Right up the face-off, scores! Chris Bride makes it 9-8, Coquitlam. Oh boy, at 54 seconds and 9 seconds later, Coquitlam ties it. And now we have another 9 seconds played, and the Coquitlam Adanax have a 9-8 lead.
We went through that whole third period and saw 3 goals. Here's a look at Bride's go-ahead goal here. This time a nice shot, low to the glove side. Great shot by Chris Bride. As I said, we went through the whole third period, saw 3 goals. We've gone through 1 minute and 14 seconds of overtime, and we've seen 3 goals. Crazy game, this lacrosse.
Blair Mitchell, the goal of unassisted.
Bride, his 13th goal. And another goal for the Coquitlam Adanax. This one by Kevin Brunch. Come on, guys, stop the score, and I like to announce the game. I'm still trying to write things down here. And there's a goal. And that one now at 1 minute and 20 seconds. So, I don't know if it's a record, but at 54 seconds, 105, 114, and now 120. And the Adanax have a 2-goal lead.
And what a great shot by big Kevin Brunch. But before that, what a great job by Walder, who was a bit of the goat on Cowison's first goal of this period by taking that penalty. But what a great little flip from Walder over to Kevin Brunch.
Darren Goundry coming to the Burrards bench, I imagine, for equipment repairs.
And it isn't amazing how the equipment just goes through a bit of a slide when the team needs a timeout. And of course, there are no timeouts in overtime. So, being an old goaltender, I'm sure this is just purely accidental that Goundry's equipment just seems to have gone amiss at this time.
So now I got to get the record book out here, Dave, to find out what's the record for the fastest 4 goals in the WLA, because that is a span of 26 seconds and 4 goals. It could almost be a record for the fastest 4 goals in overtime.
If it's not a record, it's going to be awful darn close. Nonetheless, Goundry's back in the nets. We're back ready for the face-off, and what an amazing game this has been. We've seen a little bit of everything.
Off the face-off again, Coquitlam down inside Maple Ridge territory as they try to get some pressure on Goundry one more time. And unhanded, the fastest 4 goals of the game is 1 minute and 22 seconds. Kevin Cady coming up with the book there, so it is not a record. This one at 1:26, the fastest at 1:22. And here we have played 1 minute and 50 seconds of overtime and a 10-8 lead in favor of the Coquitlam Adnacks. Jason Walder, who was a goat at the end of that third period as Maple Ridge cashed in on the power play for the first goal in overtime, but has relinquished himself by his team coming up with 3 goals to go ahead 10-8.
And it's great that Coach Les Wingrove has played Walder a lot since he took that penalty and given him a chance to redeem himself, and he did in no uncertain terms, especially with that great flip to Brunch.
Here's Russ Hurd, the shot. Now on off the target. Hurd goes after it. But they say it did get a piece of him, so they get a new 30. Josh Sanderson on the far boards. Moves it over for Doyle. Coquitlam. 16 on the shot clock. In front, here's Stroop the shot. Goundry the save. His team trailing 10-8. What a disheartening 1 minute and 20 seconds. 1:26 for the Coquitlam Adnacks, or for the Maple Ridge Burrards, check that. 7 minutes to go. Kyle Goundry in front of the net, takes a shot right on. Elliott the save. Boy, would that have been a big goal. 10-8 Coquitlam.
And conversely, what a big save by Elliott on Kyle Goundry.
Overtime. 6 minutes, 45 seconds to go in our Molson X Lacrosse Game of the Week. Here from Planet Ice in Maple Ridge. The Burrards led 6-5 after 2 periods. Coquitlam had tied it up, taken the lead, and then Maple Ridge's Ken Thomas forced overtime with 19:27 gone, 33 seconds left in that third period. Keith Cowson scored early, and then it was Mitchell, Bride, and Brunch in this overtime to give the Adnacks that 10-8 lead. Coquitlam in control, in behind the net, the ball, an errant pass comes all the way back inside Coquitlam territory for Much, and he's got DJ Searle over him, and he creates a loose ball, and DJ Searle gets that ball, passes it off. Oh, and it's a bad pass. It goes over Bardai's stick for Blair Mitchell. Mitchell quickly up the floor with Johnny Wilson. Holds onto it. He takes a crunch himself. Kevin Linton is there, but the goaltender Darren Goundry holds it.
And what a frustrating break for DJ Searle. Just a great job to come back, get that ball loose from Darren Munch, and then throws the ball high, intending it for Fayez Bardai.
Speaking of Bardai, there he is. Nice pass over there for their left. The man breaking for the front of the net was Lawson. Jake Lawson having that opportunity.
Both teams playing offense, defense now as expected, getting their best defensive players out when the opposing team has possession, and their best offensive players on the floor, of course, when they have possession.
20 on the shot clock with 5:30 to go in this overtime, and a 10-8 Coquitlam Adanac lead. If you're just joining us, overtime, they play the full amount. It's not sudden death. As Trevor Duke puts the heat on Jason Walder. Walder loses his helmet, continues to battle for the loose ball. Kyle Anderson's there for the Burrards as well, but the 30-second shot clock runs down to 0, and a 10-8 Adanac lead as the Burrards will try to peck away at that.
And you can see Walder trying to get the rest of his players to clear the floor for him so he could take on Kyle Anderson one-on-one, thinking that he had a real good chance to beat Kyle Anderson, which he probably did. But unfortunately for the Adanacs, they couldn't get that floor cleared completely. And the Burrards also realized that situation and had people there to help Anderson out.
Here's Goundry, can't negotiate that pass. Ball picked up by Thomas in front for Gill. Gill can't control that one. The Adanacs do so. Quickly up the floor, here's Santos. Santos joined by Zaff. Holds onto the ball and slows things down for the big guy, Russ Hurd. Hurd into the left corner. Back for Stroop. Stroop with the lower part of your screen. Where's 88 with the ball? Goes into the right corner. Stroop takes a shot, a low one, a tricky one for Darren Goundry, and a lucky one for Russ Hurd. It bounces into his stick and a fresh 30. And Stroop again works the front of the net. Nice pass for Hurd. Can't control it. Gets it off the boards. Holds the ball. Looks for a mate. Still holding off the ball. Now for Doyle. Josh Sanderson to the right with the ball. 4 minutes left in this overtime. Coquitlam out in front by 2. 10-8 they lead. Sanderson loses the ball for Doyle. Doyle takes a shot. Just wide of the target. Comes all the way back inside Coquitlam Adirondack territory with 3 minutes and 51 seconds to go in this period.
And the Burrards there having probably their best defensive shift of the game. Trevor Duke just doing an outstanding job all over Russ Hurd, all over Dan Stroop. And now they have possession back again deep in the Coquitlam zone.
Bardai gets the breaks on nice pass for Gill right in on goal. Scores! Chris Gill with the huge goal of overtime.
And we've talked many times what a great passer Faiz Bardai was in his junior days for the Poco Saints. Well, there's an example of it there. Kind of an underhand pass if we get a look there at Dallas Elliott. That's not going to bother him. He's too much of a veteran to let a goal, especially a goal by a great player like Gill. But watch the pass coming up here from Bardai. Kind of an underhand pass, just flips it to Gill, and a great job by Gill. There's one fake. There's two fake. Bang! Over the left shoulder of Dallas Elliott. 10-9. What a great final 3 minutes and 40 seconds of overtime we've got ahead of us.
Coquitlam with that 10-9 lead. As you mentioned, 3:40 to goal. 60 to 43 the shots on goal in favor of Coquitlam.
Chris Gill.
Now player Mitchell for Coquitlam. On the left, here comes Mitchell, holds onto it, turns. Now he'll try the shot, a high one, and it hits Elliott in the mask, and Elliott's hurt. Or check that, Darren Goundry. Darren Goundry down on the floor. Elliott, the goaltender for Coquitlam. And Darren Goundry down on the floor as he takes his shot high by Blair Mitchell.
There's the shot right there. Clang! And the ball lodges in the mask of Darren Goundry. That's not going to hurt him for too much long. That'll shake him up a little bit. But a shot like that, more than anything else, especially with the kind of mask that Goundry wears, the helmet mask as opposed to the fiberglass mask, is certainly Al Luthwaite looking on there, not too excited about the prospect of having to change goaltenders with 3.5 minutes left in overtime. But I'm sure Goundry will be back in the action. What that does is it pushes the mask in against your jaw, and he's going to have a bit of a sore jaw. He'll be able to chew and gum for a couple of days.
This is for all you parents out there. This is a really thick milkshake. And this is a really thin straw. Now think of this milkshake as the internet. Think of this straw as a skinny little telephone wire. Now you can see it's pretty hard to get all this wonderful stuff in here, into here, through this. It's too darn skinny, isn't it? Your kid needs a bigger straw. Come on, give your kid a bigger straw.
I am the Rocky Mountains. My wisdom runs deep to every rock and every pebble. What advice do I have for a happy life? Avoid elevators. Wear clean underwear. Don't be afraid to ask for directions. Zig when they zag. Bodies should always be warm. And beer should always be cold.
Only you can make this world seem right. Only you.
Florets, got yours?
Wrestling fans, your Sundays are now hotter. Get a dose of attitude with the stars of sports entertainment. WWF Sunday Night Heat on CTV Sportsnet. Sunday at 4 p.m.
Darren Goundry is okay. He remains in the game. It looks like he might have got cut as that ball was lodged in on his mask. But nonetheless, there he is on your screen, back in the net. And with 3:24 to go in this overtime period and a 10-9 Coquitlam lead, it'll be Maple Ridge ball as they'll bring it up the floor.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot more than a little cut on the nose or a cut on the chin for to get Darren Goundry out of a great game like this, a close game like this.
Goundry moves it up for Bardai, puts it in for Thomas. Ken Thomas has some room, comes in front, going to draw a penalty. And a penalty is going to be called to Trevor Leland. And Thomas is upset at himself, but he's got to pat himself on the back for drawing that penalty. Trevor Leland goes to the box for holding.
Yeah, tough break for Thomas. A little upset with himself that he lost possession of the ball after beating Leland. But Leland's going off for holding. A good call by the referee. I mean, they say you shouldn't make the close calls in overtime, but any infraction that takes away a potential scoring opportunity has got to be called. The fouls up around mid-floor and that, yeah, let them go. But there's one that clearly took a good scoring opportunity away from Ken Thomas. Good call by the referee.
The Burrards get control off the faceoff. Aaron Goundry has to give the ball away as none of his players got to the floor fast enough to come back and help him out.
Oh boy, not a smart play by Darren Goundry. Hey, you've got possession, for crying out loud. Don't take any chances and give it away. And that just got away from him, went up into the rafters, and gives the ball up to Josh Sanderson.
Sanderson with the ball. They're shorthanded. A long pass. It's going to be a difficult one for Brunch. It goes off his stick and out of play.
I'm kind of surprised Sanderson didn't try and beat the two Burrard defenders. I certainly wouldn't recommend that, being the last man back, but he's done it so well tonight. I'm surprised he didn't try it, but to his credit, he took the cautious route out. Unfortunately, the ball ended up being turned over to the Burrards.
Here's Jake Lawson for Goundry on the power play. Over for Callison again, ties it up. Keith Callison picks up his third goal of the game and his 201st career goal.
And we definitely see Sohan Gill now leaving the building to buy himself every lottery ticket in the nearest 7-Eleven as Keith Callison comes through, his second goal in overtime, his hat trick for the night, and almost another replay. Goundry down to Callison, bang, in the net, right on the short side. Great job by Elliott to come across, but just a perfect shot by Keith Callison. Super job by Callison, and what a big goal, and what a lift this veteran Callison has given this Maple Ridge team. He was injured for the good part of the early part of the season. He's back healthy again, and boy, what a lift he's given them.
Quickly, here's Sir over for Dukes. Dukes takes a weak shot as he's hammered to the floor, and Coquitlam quickly back the other direction in a 10-10 tie at overtime. 2 minutes and 25 seconds to go in this overtime period. Kevin Brunch in front of the net, and that one goes errant. And the other way, as they announce the assist, Goundry and Thomas. The assists on the goal by Keith Callison. And now 2 minutes and 5 seconds left for the Burrards' possession. 15 on the shot clock, 2 minutes now on the clock, and a 10-10 tie. Overtime action from Maple Ridge's Cam Neely. Planet Ice. Loose ball for Kyle Goundry, can't negotiate it. Jason Walder goes into the boards. Burrard gets there ahead of him, that's Chris Gill. And possession now, Todd LeBranche, our referee, says it'll be Coquitlam's ball.
And Kyle Goundry wide open in front of the Coquitlam net, and I'm sure that's the kind of thing that drives Les Wingrove and his coaching staff crazy. And Thomas's pass just a little bit too high for him to get control of it.
Doyle holds onto it. Colin Doyle dishes it off for Bride. Here's Bride, takes a shot, score! Chris Bride has made it 11-10 Coquitlam.
And what a great move by Chris Bride. Just a little bit of a spin and blast that shot. Coming off of that spin, a screen shot. No way in the world that Goundry had any way of picking that shot up. With a minute and 22 seconds left, an 11-10 lead. Normally you'd think that's a pretty safe lead, but heck, we've had, 7 goals in less than 10 minutes. There's the move by Bride, and look how quickly he releases that shot around the screen. Goundry doesn't even move. Can't see a thing. Great job by Chris Bride.
So the face-off now with an 11-10 Coquitlam lead in overtime with 1:22 to go. It sparks my memory a little bit. Was there a tie last year between these two clubs?
That's a good question.
I'm going to check the standings.
Yeah, I think there may have been.
Last year's standings 15-8-2 for Coquitlam. 15-9-1 for Maple Ridge. So Coquitlam had 2 ties last year to Maple Ridge's 1. I think there might have been like an 11-11 tie, Dave, last year. But here we are, last minute, 50 seconds left. Coquitlam with the ball and the 11-10 lead. In front for Sanderson. Man draped all over him. That's Sir. Shot right on. Goundry will hold it out and try to get it. And he does get possession, and he'll go to the bench for the extra attacker with 41 seconds to go. And now a timeout taken by the Maple Ridge's coaching staff of Al Luthwaite. So we have a timeout for Maple Ridge.
And a great timeout by Maple Ridge. 41 seconds remaining. And hey, are we looking to Keith Cowles to get the hat trick in overtime?
Yeah, it was these two teams that tied last year. Our trusty Kevin Cady is sharp with that pencil. 13-13 tie on May the 9th last year between these two squads.
There's Coach Al Luthwaite, a great player in his day. Perhaps could have been one of the greatest players of all time. Unfortunately, knee injuries just decimated his career. But boy, Al Luthwaite, when in his prime, big, tough, great skills, great outside shot, great inside shot. Just a super lacrosse player, Al Luthwaite.
41 seconds to go. The extra attacker on the floor for the Burrards. And up the floor is Jake Lawson. Goundry over for Thomas. Can he tie it up again? Now Jake Lawson in for Cowison. They're going to work Cowison on the left side. Loose ball grabbed by Santos. It comes out of his stick. Kyle Goundry grabs it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. It's going to go all the way back for Goundry, the goaltender. Bounce pass for Thomas. Goundry back to the floor, or the bench for an extra attacker on the floor. Kyle Goundry hammered along the boards. 10 seconds left in the game. Goundry in front of the net. Loose ball there for Thomas. Thomas tried to get the shot away. The loose ball's there. Coquitlam's going to win it. And check that. We're going to have to see who's going to take the timeout here. Coquitlam had just lost possession. And the timeout taken by Maple Ridge with 2 seconds left on the clock.
A lot could happen in 2 seconds, but boy, I don't know. So much here depends on where the Burrards are given possession. Because they've got time for one pass and a quick shot. It's almost going to have to be a duplicate of Cowison's previous goals. Not necessarily by Cowison, of course, but by somebody. Now the Burrards complaining that some time ran off the clock before they got a chance to call their timeout. So we've got there we see referee Mike Everett down on the crease, but the other referee, Todd LeBranch, over in the timer's box now, conferring with the timekeepers, and we'll just see if he does add any time to the time clock. Right now, it's 2 seconds remaining, 11-10 lead for the Admins.
There you look at Dallas Elliott on your screen as he awaits things, and our 3 stars tonight, as picked by Dave Evans, my color commentator. Our first star is Josh Sanderson, our second star Keith Cowison, and the third star Johnny Wilson. If we don't have time to announce those at the end of the game with just 2 seconds left on the clock. And I said it was going to be a Coquitlam-Adanac win, but I'm still waiting for who's going to get possession here. The ball was in the stick of an Adanac, then it came out just as a timeout was called. So who does it go, Dave? You're going to make the guess here.
I'm guessing they're going to give it to the Burrards, but if not, obviously the game is over. If they give it to the Burrards, no, they're giving it to the, it's going to be an Adanac ball, so that's all she wrote for the Burrards. But what an excellent, excellent game. And we talk about the 3 stars, Josh Sanderson, every time he was on the floor, with or without the ball, something happened. I don't think as good as any player there is in the league at making things happen.
Okay, the clock is now ticked down to 0. We did all that for nothing, but it was an 11-10 Coquitlam victory here in overtime at Cam Neely's Planet Knights in Maple Ridge as the Burrards, they keep her close, but the Adanacs come up with a win.
Well, absolutely fantastic lacrosse played here tonight. That's why we say some of the best lacrosse in the world played right here in the WLA. If you like this one, you're going to love next week. We have a beauty for you, and that's Victoria on the road in Coquitlam. You can see that game, catch it Wednesday, July 14th on Sportsnet, and you can also catch it July 11th on Rogers Community Television. It's been a pleasure as always. Join us next week. You won't be disappointed. The Lacrosse Game of the Week is brought to you by Molson Export. X says it all. Hair services for Terry Murray and Dave Evans provided by Amadeus Hair Design. If your hair is not becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Amadeus Hair Design, located at 20410 Fraser Highway, Langley.